What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am always your host, Edwin. And where does all fights start? Round one. I was trying to call myself Round One. I ended up calling myself Edwin, trying to just keep the name Round One, because that's how they know me on the YouTube streets, you know? And yeah, but anyway, what's up, fight family? What's up, chat? What's up, frontline in the building? We got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about this Xander Zayas fight. It's a very, very exciting fight, and it means a lot to me in more ways than one. But hey, whatever you watch boxing for, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna unwrap this, and I gotta know. I have to know. Is the boxing world pushing out that Xander's not ready? That he's too young, that he's too green, that he's not ready for such a challenge in Jaron Ennis? Well, guess what? We're way past that point. And here at Round One Sports Talk, we're going to unpack all of this. We got a lot to talk about, and I'm going to tell you what happened to me yesterday. You guys almost lost your boy, round one. Yes, I almost went to the heavenly gates, the pearly gates, up in the big in heaven. You know what I mean? Look. I'm gonna tell you the story. What happened yesterday? You guys ain't gonna want to miss this. Tune in, lock in, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and let's hop right into this episode. Frontline, you almost lost your boy yesterday. What's up? What's up, man? What's up, fight family? Oh, let me get myself up here first. How about that? That'll work. Yeah. Listen. Oh my God. Before we get into this boxing stuff, you guys almost lost your boy twice this month. Me, round one, finito, gone. I was a gonzer. Listen, I was trapped on the Sahara Desert yesterday, right? More famously known as Massachusetts Highway, broke down on the highway yesterday. It was close to the Sahara Desert, right? The heat, right? This shit was so bad. You ever been out in the sun and you didn't realize you've been out in the sun way too long? And before you realize it, it's too late. You can actually feel your skin burning. And you realize, oh shit, I've been out in the sun a little way too long. Man, listen, I could barely move right now, people. You want to see this? You guys want to see this? They almost cooked your boy round one, bro. Rotisserie style. Take a look at this shit right here. Look at my arms. Look. But you don't see a difference? Here, try this. Check this out. Damn, yo, I am cooked. Listen, this whole shit, I done turned into a lobster. Oh my God, my whole shit is. This whole, man, listen, everything. I was out there on the highway with my wife beater, broken down on the side of the curve from 9:30 to 5:30 at night. That's when I got picked up. They finally came and got me at 5:30. Yeah, because I done tried one person, then I tried another, to try to get like means to fixing it myself. Man, I should have just called my people real quick. And I relied on other sources, like people like I met, and that fell through. And then this guy, I just couldn't fix it. So the second time y'all almost lost me this month. Oh, listen, let me tell y'all something right now, right? You almost lost me. I was a goner, right? I get up after doing round one, the other night, a couple weeks back. I get up, great show, go downstairs. Now I have a jar of green hot peppers. So every now and then I'll go downstairs and I'll just grab one or two of them out and I'll eat them as a snack, a hot pepper, right? So I was on my phone and I had the jar right here, right? I started eating the hot peppers, not thinking anything. I'm just looking at my phone, scrolling. I kept eating the hot peppers before I realized I might have ate one too many of these hot peppers. I'm not sure, but I didn't know how many I ate. But later on that night, the hot peppers reminded me how many I in fact ate. I had to go use the toilet. Let me tell you something, people. This has never happened to me in my life. I eat hot peppers. Okay? It ain't never happened to me. Listen, the kind of flames that was shooting out my ass, right? My feet started flaring, right? My stomach started, both my hands hit both sides of the wall like this. I was sweating, drips, drops of sweat was coming down. I was like, dear God, not like this. Not like this, God. Please, not like this. Listen, I was clenching, fighting for my life. That has never happened to me before. That isn't, listen, my feet were kicking out like this. Oh my God, I thought I was gone. I was a goner. I really, man, listen, I was like, Elvis died like this. Oh, not like this, God. No, they're going to come in. They're going to take pictures of me on the toilet. It's going to be a catastrophe. Man, listen, I was like, no, God, I don't want my kids to remember me like this. Oh my God. I ain't ate a hot pepper since. No, listen, you don't understand. You almost lost me. Oh God, I can't even do that right now. Round one's fucked up right now. He is. He's all beat up. Listen, funny shit. True stories though, man. Oh man, yesterday I felt like I was in the Muhammad desert. Just, you know what I'm saying? I was out there. I thought I was seeing shit. Oh shit. Oh, a restaurant. Yeah, right. That stretch of highway is just a stretch of like, it's got to be at least 16 miles of just straight nothing. No rest stops, no stores, just straight. That's it. Man, I got burnt so bad. And then I realized, right, I'm chilling. I got the tank top on. I done stripped down. I lost the sweater. I lost my shirt. Fuck that. I'm good, right? I'm walking. Don't you know? When my wife finally got out of work and I called her and I was like, yo, you need to leave work now and come get me. Cause she's at work, right? And I wasn't going to make her get out. I was going to try to fix this shit myself. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. Bro, the fucking, my skin. I realized I was like, oh shit, what's that tingling shit? What's that? I said, I'm Puerto Rican, bro. I got melon in my blood. I'm good. I'm not going to be red like the white dudes. They get that little red thing right in here. They get all red right here like a lobster and shit. I was like, I'm good. I'm a Boricua. Man, that son disrespected my skin yesterday. Straight disrespected me, bro. I was, I was out there like, staying alive. At least people gave me bottles of water and shit. Yeah, a couple people stopped and shit. And I was just like, one lady gave me a bottle of water and this other dude gave me a bottle of water when I finally got down to the destination. And then I had to turn back and go back to my vehicle. So it was it was just a bad day. But let's get into this boxing shit. No, you know what I mean? Listen. Frontline, come up here. Listen. So I want to talk about this Jerome Boots Ennis and Xander, right? Check this out, guys. Right? This is a big fight right here. This is a very big fight. And I woke up today and I started looking at a lot of comments and a lot of videos about Jerron Boots Ennis, and Xander. And what a lot of fight fans are coming out projecting, their what they believe. And ironically, I saw a lot of Latin shows. I check in on my Latin brothers YouTube streams, and I want to see what they think and how confident do they feel about this fight. Unbeknownst to me, I was taken back by the reactions of a lot of the Latin and Puerto Rican communities on what they think about this fight with Jerron Boots Ennis. Yo, listen, is it me? Is it me? Or they're talking like Jerron Boots Ennis is the next Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather, Terrence Crawford. I don't, listen, Jerron Boots Ennis, first of all, you're a remarkable talent. You're a good fighter, a little bit better than a good fighter, right in there. As far as all the Puerto Ricans, Philadelphian Puerto Ricans and men and everybody that lives in Philly, like people like Greg Hackett, like those guys, those are Philly dudes for life. They ain't never going against the grain. And I respect them dudes. Like Greg Hackett, and he's a real dude, right? He be in them gyms doing his shit, right? But he's Philly to the core. So, and then when you got your Puerto Rican Philadelphias, right? I'm here to tell you here at Round One Sports Talk, I stamp you guys. You guys are neither wrong or right. If you from Philly, you live in Philly, and you Puerto Rican, and you go for Jerron Boots Ennis, you can't go against Philly. And if you're from Philly and you go with the flag, you can't go against the flag. So neither of you guys would, in this case, would be wrong or right, or I would say that you sold out and you went with, no. Rock with your flag, rock with your dude, do what you got to do. To all my people out there from Philadelphia, yo, salute. I respect it. I respect the game. You know what I'm saying? But as far as a lot of these guys coming out, a lot of the Latin community, you know what they're saying about Xander? They're saying he's not ready. They're saying Xander's not ready for Jerron Boots Ennis. And I'm sitting here, yo, my Philly dogs, check this out, right? How? I don't know if you guys completely bought in Philadelphia, if you guys completely bought into the notion that Jerron Boots Ennis is one of the best Philadelphia fighters to ever exist. In my eyes, he's not even close. He's not even close. Gabe Rosario, that dude's record, he never won a world title. But Jerron Boots Ennis doesn't have a third of the kind of names that guy has on his resume. There's no way Jerron Boots Ennis is there. Let Philadelphians speak the truth, guys. There's no knock to Jerron Boots Ennis. No knock to him. He's making his way. He's gonna make his legacy, but he's got to get there first. And then the second part is, okay, where's this Terrence Crawford type S fighter and Jerron Boots Ennis that should have us so fearful, and that Xander is not ready? For all the Latin content creators out there that are yelling, yo, Xander Zayas is not ready for Jerron Boots Ennis. Shame on you. Shame on you, bro. How could you say a young man's not ready with 2 belts? What do you mean he's not ready? When will he ever be ready? That would be like me saying that Saul Canelo Alvarez at the age of 23 wasn't ready for 36-year-old Mayweather. We laughed at the notion that the Mexicans try to sell you that. The Americans looked at you and, yeah, okay, yep, say what you want, go ahead. Your boy he had 40-something fights. He was already a world champion. Saul, 23 years old, That doesn't matter. Saul got his ass whooped. That's it. When would Saul ever be ready for Floyd? I'll tell you, never worry. Write it down in your calendar because there's never going to be a time that he would ever actually beat Floyd. Floyd, yo, have you ever just asked yourself, that guy was just too good? He was just better than my guy. You can never take defeat. No, there had to be something. No, at some point, he'll be ready for him. Those are fans. Nah, bro, at no point would he have ever beaten Floyd. That's why Floyd is who he is. That's what separates the greatest, the GOAT, from everybody else. There's only one guy, and there's no shame in losing to Floyd. Canelo lost to Floyd and blew up star status because how he fared with him. You understand? Listen, the narrative, there's a lot of these Latin channels are dropping. Yo, Xander's too green. He's too young. There are too many things he doesn't understand about. Well, maybe all those guys don't understand fighting. And I'm going to call them, every one of them, out on it. Don't you understand that fighters all learn at a different speed, at a different rate? One kid can walk into the gym and whoop the kid's ass that's been in the gym 6 years on week 1. He's just a fighter. He understands things about fighting. You don't got to coach him. You don't got to tell him. Instinctively, that kid does things my guys are still not doing to this day. These guys must not understand individual fighters. We are all not equal in talent wise, etc. Meaning, what they're going to try to tell you is that with Xander's last fights or whatever, he's not ready for Jaron. Really? Well, then show me something that Jaron did that tells you that he shouldn't be ready for this guy. Because Karen just got his ass whooped. The guy you put all this stock behind, the guy that was going to beat Virgil, Sebastian, all of them, got walked. Man, listen, he got walked through. Look, I'm not going to put too much stock into that Karen loss. I'm not. But what I'm saying is this, and I'm being honest. Where? What has Jaron Boots Ennis done that to merit so much fear? So much that they're saying that Xander is outclassed by a long margin, not a little bit. They're saying that Boots Ennis is so talented, so good, that he's going to dog walk Xander Zayas. Until I ever actually see that, will I never believe it. I need to see that shit. Because although I know that Jaron Boots Ennis is a great talent, he's a good boxer. He's a really good boxer. Fast. His twitch-like muscles are good. His footwork's okay. But his upper, Jaron Boots Ennis, yo, and then he can crack, bro. Jaron can punch like a motherfucker, bro. He hit you right here, he get you wobbled, you're fucking out of there, bro. You're gone, right? So I know the man can crack. Now I know that word on the street in Philly, that during those 2 Karen fights, Jaron Boots Ennis was going through some in-house shit. He was figuring himself out. Him and his dad's situation. Little girlfriend I heard was now entering the equation. Those kind of things can be distracting. And although Jaron Boots Ennis in the second Karen fight, he did a lot better. Hell of a lot better. Didn't get the results that the people wanted. But so what? Karen survived you. Styles make fights, right? I actually think that Jaron Boots Ennis, did very well against Karen. In the second fight, he looked even sharper. The first fight, okay. But Karen didn't win 5 rounds in the 2 fights combined in my book. So how could you look at that and say, oh, Jerome Boots Ennis, you're trash because you didn't beat up Karen? That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Jerome Boots Ennis wiped that dude down, bro. He wiped him down. And although he was a little bit laxy-daisy against his last opponent, Karen, I don't think he respected that guy like he respected Jerome Boots Ennis. You understand? So Karen was doing some shit, and your opponent means a lot. And Karen was fighting like his life was on the line when he was fighting Jerome Boots Ennis. He didn't have that kind of performance against the other dude. Now, did he? No. So I'm Patty Donovan. He didn't have that kind of energy with Patty Donovan. Now, did he? So look, Jerome Boots Ennis, in my eyes, so far from what I've studied, from what I've seen, he's a real threat. He's just not him in the sense of he should be this fearful. Everyone should fear him this much. That I gotta admit, this is what they're gonna try to do. Okay? It seems like a few countries right now are looking for their next big star. Their old stars are starting to fade out of boxing and in with the new. The countries in particular that are looking for the face of boxing and their next stars is Mexico and America. Japan has theirs. Ukraine has theirs. Usyk. Usyk's about to go, but they got a couple dudes coming up. They're going to be in the same situation we're in a second. Okay. When Terrence Crawford left boxing, he left with the torch. What he tried to do was give it to Shakur Stevenson on the night he beat Teal. He was trying to give Shakur, little bro, the validation. Now, I like Terrence Crawford for more reasons than one. Terrence Crawford is down with American boxing and especially American black boxers. He wants to help his people out. And he doesn't shit on these dudes and he doesn't try to get them to fight each other. Instead, Crawford is trying to make like the fucking Justice League over there. He tried to get Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis. They try to get Africa over there. They had a little thing going on. Tank ain't playing well, but that's the America's team. Whether or not they've been Americanized and they argue and fight amongst each other because boxing is truly a lonely man sport. But we do compete countries versus countries. U.S. versus Mexico rivalry, great boxing rivalry. UK versus America, there's history there, baby. Japan versus the Philippines, what fights? Man, listen, there'd be some bomb burners in there. Japan versus oh my goodness. Then you got Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Oh, you know what I'm saying? These rivalries are epic. So now we got US versus Puerto Rico, right? And it's always a good one for us because us Puerto Ricans, win, lose, or draw, we could just whip out the American card. Yo, ain't we part of America? America does the same shit to us. When Puerto Rico's losing, they're Puerto Rican. When they're winning and they get belts, they're American Puerto Rican. You see what I'm saying? And we get asked to come sing at the Super Bowl and shit is hot. You know what I'm saying? And Xander and Mexican upcoming superstar Vargas, they were over there exchanging punches in the Super Bowl. Real Latin shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how America does us. Trust me. We get the cold shoulder too, okay? We play the card. We play the game the way the game is dealt. You know what I'm saying? We going with it. So now You got Jaron Boots Ennis and Xander. They're about to fight. And most of the world is asking this one funny question. Is Xander too young in the sport of boxing? Is he too green? Is he not ready? To all the people that said that, thank you for being concerned for my guy. Thank you. But that's okay. We'll take it from here. Because my guy understands that shouldn't even be a question right now. It's not a matter of if he's ready or if he's green. No. He crossed the line of no return. He went and got 2 belts. You have a responsibility to 154-pound weight division. It's not no more if you're ready. It's you got to go do. What are you going to do? Be a champion and run with the belts? We can detect that in boxing. We wouldn't know if you were doing that, Josh Kelly. You understand? So by Xander taking this fight, it's not a question of whether he's ready or not. He's actually speaking loud in the words. One that say that a guy wants to test himself against the best fighters in the world, and the way he's willing to do that, he's willing to put up everything that he's worked his whole life to get to, those 2 belts. So at what point do you think Xander Zayas gives 2 shit about your opinion, whether he's ready or not? Yo, you could pack that statement up, right? And go that way with that bullshit. Because the reason why we're here is because of Xander. Jaron Boots Ennis said, you didn't have to take the fight. Xander said, I know, I'm going to bust your ass. And listen, shit talking aside, right? Whether or not he busts his ass or loses, the fact of the matter remains. He is the reason why we are here. How could you say he's not ready if he's telling you, I am ready? Whether or not you believe in him, give 2 shits. Xander can give 2 shits. Xander's about to find out whether he's ready or not. And he's willing to test himself. He ain't running with the belts. He ain't making excuses. Right away. And in Xander's mind, this is as big as a world title. If he couldn't get any of the other champions in the ring, take the next best thing. Take the guy they're saying that's better than everyone in the division with no belts. But he's about to try to get 2. He's going to come in there and he's going to try to take away everything Xander worked for. You think that Philadelphia's Jaron Boots Ennis is going to show us any love in that ring? If at any point he sees he can get Xander out of there, he's going to step on the gas. He is. This is Jaron Boots Ennis' moment. And did Xander Zayas just gift wrap them 2 belts to him and about to hand it to him on a tray? According to most spectators, that's what they think Xander did. You ever see that thing? You know you fucked up now. You know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up, right? That's what they're saying Xander did. And I'm saying to myself, I'm sitting back, I'm a little taken back by it because I'm saying, wow, you guys can't commend a man for giving you what you always ask for, the best fighting the best. Every fan is always throwing out that one-liner. I want to see the best fighting the best. So when you get it, you criticize it. You criticize the young man, but now you're trying to laugh at him. Ah, dumbass. You went and took Jaron Boots Ennis. You got your head gassed up. Xander, you're not ready for Jaron Boots Ennis. There's levels to this. Jaron Boots Ennis is going to wipe you down. None of them, not one of them from any of the coaches I've ever heard talk, nothing is giving Xander Zayas a chance in this fight. They also don't understand that every time you see those special kind of fighters, you see a better version of that fighter on the next fight. I got to admit, Jaron Boots Ennis has looked like himself his last 5 consistent fights. What changes have you seen in Jaron Boots Ennis' fighting style? Anything? Any new weapon? Any new punch? anything. That uppercut he did to that dude Lemo, he knocked out fucking David Amarino with the same fucking uppercut. He switched everything. That dude did so many rookie shit that all it took for him to switch from righty to lefty, knock him out. That's a rookie. What has Jaron Boots Ennis did? What style? Did he switch up his style and beat the guy at his style? Did what you know what I'm saying? Like that lefty to righty shit. I gotta give him that though. He made a read real time, knocked the dude out. That shit ain't easy. That shit is not easy. That's high level boxing shit right there that he did to Lima, Jaron Boots Ennis. So I gotta give him that. Because when you can make reads in real time, he didn't have to go back to his corner. He figured him out right there. You know, like that. So in that sense, like, yeah, he's but like I'm starting to wonder, and I'm asking myself, you know, when you look back at a lot of these big moments and big fights and stuff, and you look back at boxers' careers and shit, and the people that were respectfully given that kind of fear factor, like when you go into a fight with, like, back in the day, if you went into a championship fight with Roy Jones Jr. in his prime, you like people would say, yo, you know, you're crazy, that Roy Jones is gonna knock you out, and et cetera, right? And you knew the fear of fighting a fighter like Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Hagler, Hitman Hearns. You knew when you fought those kind of black athlete fighters, you was in trouble. That was the cream of the crop. When we say the American black slick style, those are the men that did it well. Don't ever get confused for the American black slick style when it's performed at a lower level. It's performed like Keyshawn Davis, like Jaron Boots Ennis. They're not the top echelon of the American slick style. No. Jaron Boots Ennis is not complete. He doesn't have the complete American slick style. His footwork is lacking. That's where but up top, he's good up there. His eye movement is like, he's good there. It's his footwork. He's not. That's where Jaron Boots Ennis, a lot of the great American fighters, that's where they separate themselves from fighters like Jaron. You understand? Like Keyshawn Davis. Like Keyshawn Davis, he's got a good style. He's just young in the sport. He needs to develop better. He needs more development. He has a potential of pulling it off, but he's not going to be like a Winky Wright. He's not going to be like a Pernell Whitaker. Pernell Whitaker, that is the best version of the black American slick style. Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that pulled it off at the highest level, bro. That everything, you know what I'm saying, was, you know, on point. You know, Marvelous Hagler was like a baby version of Evander Holyfield with his physique. You know what I'm saying? Bald head and shit. You know, Marvelous Hagler was something else. But Jaron Boots, that's why I'm saying, I don't think Jaron Boots Ennis is there. I don't think he's that kind of fighter. Great, good, above average. Thank you. Yes, I'll admit, yes. But as far as fear Jaron Boots Ennis so much because he's Floyd S. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, no. What's up, Frontline? Let me get you, man. Thank God you here because you know how I go. I gotta catch up to these chats, brother.
I had to jump on because the chat is going crazy. Un saludo al corillo.
I can't hear you yet. Give me a second. What up, Frontline?
What up, huh?
What's going
You
on,
looking like
man?
a Boston lobster. What's going on with
Oh
that?
my God! Did you see that? Did you see that? You guys almost lost me,
Papi, está quemadito, quemadito, quemadito.
bro. Listen, I can't. When I laugh and I move my back. Bro, and this is just the first day. I went. I got that the lotion. Ah, yo, man, I was
That's
straight.
just. Hey, let me catch up with the chat
Yes,
real
thank
quick.
you.
Yo, shout out to where he at? Bryson in the building. Maria for show in the building. Who else we got in here? Takeover Thursdays in the building. He said, round one, you will find more American channels rocking with Zayas more than Puerto Rican channels.
Yes,
Jason,
yes.
people are getting carried away with the boots Ennis. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Takeover. Says most was only rocking with Matias to get clicks, likes, and subscribers, and they disappeared. That is a fact.
Yep.
Hey, I was watching some boots pad work in the ring. I'm gonna expose it, but bro, I'm not a professional. I saw flaws that I know Xander and his team will pick up on. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Saludos, Richard. Richard says hello, hello, Edwin. Frontline Xander Zayas by decision over Ennis. Valley says, do you think Jesus is Protestant or Catholic? Nobody talks religion here. We talk boxing.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Let me see. Carcass boxing. Chicago kills in the building. Richard said he's talking about bullshit. Bluma, no mas, boot, Ennis. I don't know. I don't know about a no mas, but I'm rocking. I'm rocking with Zayas. Takeover says I think Patty did better. Someone said if Zayas wins, it's because he cheated. You can't make this up. And then
Oh,
I reply,
oh,
I
that's
re
that's what they'll say if he wins. They'll say he cheated.
that
Oh,
well,
I get it.
and
I get it. I
and
get.
then and I replied to a takeover in the chat, and I told him I got people saying in different chats that he's gonna come in heavy to lose the belts on the scale and move up to 60. Make that make sense.
Listen, listen. Stop right there. We don't go another step further. To all you little conspiracy theory boxing guys, look, I'm not taking. I don't want to take a shot at you. I'm not calling you weird or anything, right? I'm just asking you to think with me. Walk this through with me and help me understand this, please. If you really think that a strategy is to come in heavier and lose your belts on the scale, when your career is all said and done and it's all over with, and they go back and they show in the boxing history archives that you once lost your belts on the scale, that says failure to meet the requirements of a world champion. It means that you weren't conducting yourself as a professional or a champion. That is a huge F on your boxing report card. When we're looking at champions that never miss weight, got stripped, they only vacated to move in weight up. So that's good, right? Okay. So this theory of coming in heavy and sacrificing you two belts, you can guarantee that the other person won't walk away in the fight like Edwin De Los Santos did. He left Keyshawn Davis there standing there looking like a fool. See, Keyshawn tried to roll with the fact that he wasn't disciplined. He tried to make it look like a tragedy because Ryan Garcia allegedly did it. No, these athletes try to play it off like, oh yeah, no, I did that on purpose. Bullshit. Ryan, you could never make 140. You could have never made it. And you haven't. And Keyshawn Davis was so big for 135 that he almost didn't even make 140 on his second fight. How much weight was he really cutting? Weight bully? But yet they're going to try to feed it to you. No, I did that on purpose. And you guys believe that shit? You mean to tell me if Keyshawn Davis would have missed weight and not try to shave off that point 0.2 off, You think Top Rank would have had him a main event again ever? You can't build a main event around a fighter that has a history of missing weight and fucking up the money. Once you miss weight, you got to give 30%, 40% of your purse over to the other fighter. You're fucking up the money. I can't even have confidence in you to build a main event around you. You are the main event. Everything is centered around you. And the last time Abdullah Mason had to step in. And where's Abdullah Mason right now? On top of the world, about to defend his belt.
Hey, Edwin, real quick. To all my Latinos in
That's
the
not a
building,
gimmick. Missing weight. Go
on
ahead.
on on the short side of this stream right now, Caribe Boxing is in the building. I need y'all to go to his channel and subscribe. He's up and coming. The dude is doing big things for Puerto Rico. Go subscribe and support the brand. He's a good dude. He's here in the building showing some love. So show him some love back, guys. Um, Let me see who else is in here. Richard said Boots Ennis va a enfrentar un toro boricua como Xander Zayas. Mo Brain said this would be a colossal upset if Boots loses. I don't see a colossal upset. If he
I don't
loses,
see a collapse. Yeah, he just loses to
now
another good fighter. Yeah, that's why.
he
That's
loses
why
to
I'm
a
saying.
champion.
That's why I'm saying. See, statements like that, you make it a colossal upset because you guys are putting so much stock behind Jerron Boots Ennis. Like Jerron Boots Ennis put so much stock behind Karen when we knew Karen wasn't that dude. When something tells you, Jerron, you're good, you're just not up there. You're not pulling it off at the highest level, the American slick style. No, you are not. You are flashy. You are quick. You got good twitch muscle. You got great power, Jerron Boots Ennis. But you are not complete. As far as the American slick style, the guys that pulled it off the best. No, Jerron, you're not there. No, you're not. You ain't no Sugar Ray Leonard. No, you're not. You ain't no Floyd. You're not Terrence Crawford. Okay? You're not there. You're like headed that way. He needs a little bit more fights, some good dancing partners, and he might be able to be there one day. Yes. Maybe Jerron Boots Ennis is headed there, and in this fight against Xander, he really brings out the best in Jerron Boots Ennis, and we see the real, like, now, that has also been in the back of my mind, that Jerron Boots Ennis is also getting better. You know, when we see the next version of Jerron Boots Ennis, we should see a better polished version of Jerron Boots Ennis. So you have to add that into the equation. Is that what we're about to see? Is Jerron Boots Ennis going to prove to the world, I've been telling y'all, I'm him. I just haven't had that dancing partner. I haven't had that real big moment to get out of bed. I didn't want to get out of bed for fucking Stanionis and Karen. I could beat those dudes with my jab. Jerron might have not been so up for the fights. This fight right here, this shit could fucking boost Jerron Ennis and try to snatch that torch out of Shakur's hand. Because like I was alluding to say that Terrence Crawford is trying to pass the torch to Shakur. Saul Canelo Alvarez was trying to pass the torch to Jaime Munguia. And David the Monster Benavidez had other plans and snatched it out of Jaime's hand. Didn't he? Who's the front runner for Mexico right now? David the Monster Benavidez. He's the guy, I think, he's carrying the torch right now for Mexico. For the U.S., dudes is fumbling the torch, dropping it and shit. We need one guy to come out, pick that bitch up, and be like, boom, like Terrence did. Like Naoya Inoue did for Japan. Like Usyk did for Ukraine. There's no question who's holding the torches for those countries. You understand? So America's searching for their next. Tank Davis is sitting on the sideline like this. You know what I'm saying? At any moment, he really can get up and grab that torch, right? He's just sitting there like this. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's like sidelined right now. One of my guys, the US, like, Tank, what the fuck, bro? Get up. Do something, Tank. You know? Then you got other young fighters that hopefully they might grab the torch. I think boxing will be in a good place with Abdullah Mason. Imagine if he gets all 4 belts, a kind of fighter like that with his character, his demeanor. He might be a
Abdullah
real
has
good,
Abdullah has the
positive role
possibility
model.
to do it.
Yeah, he could be a real positive role model for the young kids looking up to want to further boxing, and I think he's good in and out of the ring. I like his character. I like guys like that for boxing. I really do. You know,
Hey, anybody wants to
spoken
jump
dudes.
up? The link's in the chat. If you're
Yep.
watching on the short side, go over to the regular YouTube page, and you can jump on by clicking the link on the regular on the chat from there. Um, let me see. Let me see. You right. Ryan never made 140. Says cut creator. Cut creators also says I'm going with Boots, but I have one friend that makes me want him to lose. He's a former sexual. I'm assuming Devin Haney sexual.
Yeah.
He jumped on Boots after Crawford beat Spence. Um, Shout out to a boxing and rap in the building. He said depends on how Boots loses. That can make it a huge upset. There is context there. The only
Yes.
way there's context there is if he gets knocked the fuck out
No.
cold.
No. 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 There's content there by what the fans created. I understand what he's saying. See, there's content there because he is being talked up amongst the best to ever do it in the game, Jerron Boots Ennis, with really achieving very little, very, very little. So the only champion he really beat, from my understanding, is Stanionis, right? Like that. So I'm not sure. I got to go look up his resume again just to make sure that of what
Who?
Jerron Boots Ennis. I think that's the only champion he actually beat for a belt.
Yes, because the other one was gifted to
You
him.
know, it was because Jerron. I mean,
It was gifted. He
Terrence
didn't fight for it
Crawford.
like
Yeah, they vacated the IBF from Terrence Crawford at 147 because he moved up to fight at 154.
yep.
Jerron Boots Ennis got his belt, his old belt, like that. Okay,
It was gifted. It wasn't fought for like Chino and Xander.
yeah, there was
They fought
nobody.
for a vacant belt.
No, 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 no. Listen, let me tell you something right now. That fax machine, that was a fax machine 2000. That wasn't no ordinary fax machine. Jerron Boots was in there bobbing and weaving, going down to the body on the fax machine. He had him in all kinds of trouble. He legitimately beat a fax machine for that belt. So we got to give him
He made
credit
the
for that.
fax machine say no
No,
mas.
yes, yes, it was, listen, that fax machine won't fax again. You know what I'm saying? It's done, finito.
Take, take
Listen,
Takeover says the only one that will be upset is the haters. To me, it's a 50-50 fight.
to me, it's a
I
50
agree.
50 fight. I agree.
I agree 100%. A lot of people are, so I mentioned this in the chat and I'm gonna say it again. To me, see, there's a difference between Boots and Xander. The difference is Xander's doing this for legacy. He could give a shit about the money. That's why he went 50-50. On the flip side,
Great point.
on the flip side, I think Boots is doing this for money and not so much the legacy, which makes Xander a lot hungrier. Because at the end of the day, if you're fighting just to fight for money, you don't care whether you win or lose because you're getting the bag. When you're doing it for legacy, it's a total different meaning. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Hey, yo, now let's start our little shit talking, okay? Because I like to promote the fights,
And you
and
know I'm good at that.
I enjoy shit talking. So why don't we start the shit talking and let's start it now, right? I saw some clips from Jerron Boots Ennis punching like doing like pad work and shit, right?
Bad work. Yep.
Yeah, I saw him and shit. He was hitting that shit, man. Them shots sound like straight like BB gun shots, man. It was just like pop. You know how when you shoot a Nerf gun?
It's a cap gun. A cap
Yeah,
gun. Remember
yeah.
the
You
cap
know when you
guns?
shoot a Nerf gun and it hits the thing? It was like, yo, that pad they had. A little kid could come in there and hit that and make it loud. That shit's
Well,
been hit so many times.
especially when the
It's
gym
got
is
like a
empty.
It's empty like that, yeah. And
Yeah,
the gym is
it
empty. It
echoes.
echoes,
It
yeah.
echoes. Yeah.
That shit sound like a fucking like a 22. Now I went and saw Xander Zayas hitting pad work, and you see in his video the gym is completely filled. That looked like a new pad, right? Now that, my friend, that shit sounded like a motherfucking Desert Eagle 45 kicking off. Boom! I was like, damn, bro. He looked big, bro. He looks big. Look, I'm not sure if Jerron Boots Ennis is going to be able to push him back like he think he can. I think at this level of the game, these guys is like the durable ones. I
Hey,
think that Xander's going to surprise him, bro.
so Edwin, in that same video you saw with him doing pad work, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see his footwork in the process?
No, I didn't see it because it looked like he pawned it at the pawn shop before he got
All
there
right.
because he didn't have none.
So what he's doing in that whatchamacallit, yo, he's crossing his feet, and you know Xander's gonna pick up on that.
Oh no, he's gonna hit him with a jab and he's gonna sit him down. Yeah, he's gonna sit him down. He's gonna make him. If Jerron Boots Ennis thinks he's gonna get up in there and start crosswalking on Xander, crossing his
Yo.
feet, he's done. He's done. I'm telling you right now. I see
Oh,
a lot
Cincy,
of
what up?
I see a lot of flaws in Jerron Boots Ennis' fighting style, and I think that Xander is going to, you know, I think Xander's gonna pick him apart, to tell you the truth, right? I think he's gonna
Yo, so
walk through some of his shots, man. And when he's strong.
you ready
If
for
he
this?
gets late, he might not be able to. What?
So Xander is just like Miguel Cotto. He's a natural lefty.
Mm-hmm.
Natural. If you've seen some of the clips of Xander training, he's in a southpaw stance. Are we going to see that in a fight whenever Boots switches to southpaw? Is Xander
He
going to
might switch
switch
with
it?
him. Yes, he might switch with him.
That will
Yes.
fuck. That will fuck Boots' head up. He's not going to know what to do.
Look, I think that Jerron Boots Ennis is definitely gonna go in there and try to like impose his will. But what's gonna happen is he's gonna run into a fighter that's not afraid of him and can punch with him and jab with him and move with him. That's what he's going to have a problem with. Whenever he had fighters like Karen in there, Karen ran. He used his feet. David Amarinian tried to stand in there with Jerron Boots Ennis. He just didn't have the skills. Jerron Boots Ennis slipped and punched between his guard and rocked him. But other than that, I haven't really seen Jerron Boots Ennis fight a real boxer. Like just a technical boxer that can move with his upper and lower body matched. No, I haven't seen that. But he's about to find out with Xander. Because I kept saying this, and I've been saying this for over like 9 months now here around One Sports Talk. I got receipts. When they were calling Xander the weakest link at 154, who was the one who came up and told you? I don't think so, guys. I don't know what you guys are watching, but Xander's the more polished of the boxers out of all the champions. He's better boxer than Sebastian Fundora. He's a better boxer than, well, at the time, because it wasn't Josh Kelly. Remember, Josh Kelly just beat Bakram, right? So it wasn't him, it was Bakram. I thought that Xander was a better boxer than Bakram. Bakram might be able to punch harder, but he's a better boxer. I always thought that he was all around a better boxer than all the champions. That didn't mean he could beat them, but he has a better understanding about boxing, Xander. And then a lot of guys is like, oh, he can't punch this, that, and everything. And I'm like, no, go watch Xander's fights. He was trashing these dudes. They barely made it to the end of the fight. Most of them. So a lot of times he should have had a lot of those fights scored as knockouts. You could have stopped those fights anytime, but for whatever reason, they let the guy get brutalized, and the fight went the distance. So he wasn't awarded the knockout, but go look at what he did to them. And that's what I'm talking about. Another thing is, you're fucking around with two undefeated fighters, men that don't know how to lose. Jerron Boots Ennis does not know how to lose. Xander does not know how to lose. You know, that's when you get the best out of these guys. But I'm more on the line. I'm more on the line like, wait a minute, just like you're saying, my young Puerto Rican fighter is young, green, and not ready, and this and that. Okay, fine. But what makes your guy so much dangerous? A few flashy moments, a nice slippery knockout against what level of opponents do you do that to? C level, B level? You ain't got no real A level opponents. You did that shit too. So let's just stop right there. Let's just stop right there.
Hey, Caribe Boxing says when Boots fought Staniones had fought only one time in 3 years.
Jesus Christ. Listen, listen to me, guys. If you were to play, if an NBA, if a college basketball player, a professional college basketball player signed to a prestigious college, university, whatever, state, wherever, the best player in fucking college right now, I don't know who he is, but just picture him. If you were to go outside right now and play basketball against that dude, 10 games, he would whoop your ass 10 times. Now, wouldn't he? I guarantee he would. The best number one college basketball player in the country right now, in the world right now, yes, he would rock you 10 out of 10 times. You take that same number one college student and you put him in against the best NBA player. What do you think is going to happen? That college kid is probably going to lose 10 out of 10 times to the NBA player. Do you understand that just because that college kid looked good down there doing it against all of us, Jerron Boots Ennis, you're just that flashy college kid that beat on all the regular ones. Now go up to the pros and go do that shit against them. You understand? In Jerron Boots Ennis' situation, he did this all in the pros. He's just that flashy college kid that's fighting C, B level competition, looking that good against them. That's where I'm at. Where are your equal? Where's the guy that stood in front of you that it was equal to you? Show me what you're about. Show me your work then. Show me that you can be flashy, everything. Because as of right now, all your criticism is coming from this Karen dude. That's all it took to take away everything you were. Not once, but twice. You no longer look like the boogeyman. This phenom with all this power. Karen took your power for 24 rounds. He got dropped just the other day twice. Huh? Where's your guy that's starching everybody? Where's your high school, college, fucking, huh? What happened? Just like Teofimo Lopez. You're great, 130, right? Boop, knockout, knockout, knockout. Go up. Where are the knockouts? What happened when you finally got in there with guys that weren't afraid of you and can fight just like you, if not better? What happened? What happened? You kept fighting lower grade opponents and you bought into the notion that you were the shit and you stopped developing because you thought you were the shit. Till you get a rude awakening and you get dropped and you get your belts taken, Brian Norman Jr., that you realize I'm not the shit. There's levels to this and I need to get better. Be honest with yourself.
Hey, you want to address this or you want me to address it?
What is it?
Bull Rider says Xander has only beat one champion who had 17 pro fights, and he went the distance.
Okay. Xander fought a guy, right, in Abbas Baru with 17 pro fights. The thing with Abbas Baru is that Abbas Baru, when he got his world title, he did it the hardest way ever. He went on the road. Abbas Baru beat his last like three fighters in their home field, in their home. He went over there on the home side. He won the title eliminator on the road. He won the title on the road. And then he was up elevated after he beat the guy for the regular. Then he got elevated and he got his status as the real champion. Because Abbas Baru is truly the boogeyman. If anybody's the real boogeyman of 154, it's Abbas Baru. But a lot of boxing people don't even talk about him. They try to like ignore him. That's when you know a guy's a real boogeyman. Ain't nobody calling his name out. Nobody want to fight that dude. I dare you. Go back and watch Abbas Baru's last three fights, or just the highlights of it. He is what I consider a true drowner. Abbas Baru is a professional drowner. When I mean professional, he does it at the he does it at the highest level. I give him an A+ for dragging guys out to deep water and drowning them. Canelo used to do it very well. Canelo knows how to manage a fight. He's a good fight manager, Canelo. The best you're going to get out of Canelo is in the first 3-4 rounds like that. He takes a lead. He falls back on the back foot. He makes you come in, scores a knockdown, puts the pressure on you, and invites you to come in and come taste this power where I could sit down on it. Canelo fights a fight like a plan. He's very, very, very good at it. And when like Abbas Baru takes these guys to deep water, yo, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, this motherfucker starts fighting like it's the first round. Abbas Baru. Bro, he all of a sudden you did all this work against him, and he does like this mid-tier speed fighting in the middle of the fight. It looks like he's boxing at his speed, but he's not. He's not. He's doing enough work to keep you going. He goes up in his high guard and the guy fires off on him. 9th, 10th round, this dude is drained, and then Abbas Baru just turns it on. Bro, 50 punches in that round. Poof, just straight. Yo, that could be frightening. You're getting weaker. He's getting stronger. You thought the entire fight he was giving you his best, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just kicks it into another gear. And he throws more punches with more intensity. Bro, that dude knows how to fight, Abbas Baru. He's very, very dangerous. Very. And there's a lot of guys not yelling his name for a real reason. Xander, the way he beat Abbas Baru, I appreciate it now more when you go back and you understand what kind of fighter Abbas Baru really is. I really understand. Abbas Baru, he was in tears after the fight, right? Because he wanted to win. He went to Puerto Rico like another day in the office. You're not going to be the first champion I beat in his home. You're not going to be the last. Abbas Baru beat a fighter for that belt. You know what I mean? So look, to be honest with you, I think the statement should have been the other way around when the fighter was gloating, meaning when Jaron Boots Ennis said that Karen was the best fighter on his resume, that all these fighters would struggle if not lose to, I actually think that that's backwards. I think that applies to Abbas Baru for Xander. I don't think any of the guys that fought Jaron Boots Ennis can beat Abbas Baru. Not one. There isn't a guy
Well,
on his list that can beat Abbas Baru.
they had the Cuban Joanny Tennis. That was the hype. And when they put him up against Abbas Baru, what happened?
He got
Abbas took
rocked,
him.
bro.
he took him to deep waters and knocked him the fuck out.
He drowned. Baz Baru is a professional drowner, bro. What he did to Tellis, perfect example. Perfect example. And I stand on this. There isn't one fighter on Jerron Boots Ennis' resume that can fuck with Abbas Baru. Not one. No one on Jerron Boots Ennis' resume can beat Abbas Baru. No. No one he's fought ever can beat Abbas Baru. No. I'm not sure if anybody that he fought can beat Chino Perez. I'm not sure about that. I don't think Karen beats Chino Perez. I don't think fucking
Well, didn't
Lima's
Chino beat
definitely
the
not.
boogeyman?
Yeah, Conwell. Another guy. Like they're not giving Xander's performances enough credit. They're really not understanding that Xander grew up in 154. That this guy is just coming, he's just starting off. And all you got on day one is a half a round at 154. That's all you got. Xander's been up there with all the big boys at 154 that cut weight, that come in, try to be bigger. He went through all the Mexicans. He went through the Cubans. He went through his own Puerto Ricans. He fought black dudes. He fought them all. Xander at 154. He can take a punch. Bro. And them BB gun shots that Jerron Boots Ennis was punching off in the gym, that shit ain't hurting nobody. It just was mosquito. Look, fucking mosquito. Get him out. Get out of here, bro. Yo, your boy Jerron Boots Ennis might have fucked up. And y'all might have gassed his head up a little bit too much. And he's believing his own real shit. Bro, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
can't wait.
shout out to King KO for life.
I
He
can't
said,
wait.
but he said Bud's not gonna be able to save Sesti Zayas.
But it's not
He
going to
can
be able to.
spar with him all he wants. It won't make a difference.
Yeah, yeah. Talk your shit, bro. Let's sell this fight, bro. Where y'all at? I've been up here talking shit, trying to stir things up, and you guys are a little silent. Come on, man. Let's boost this fucking fight up. Let's boost it up. And always remember, kids, mothers, shit like that, we don't got to get disrespectful. We can talk our boxing shit because this is not personal. In reality, before we start talking shit once more, you guys know that I got a lot of love for Jerron Boots Ennis. He's one of my favorite fighters. And my family got the gym in Philly. And I have a lot of family in Philly. My grandson lives in Philly too, in fact, right now too. So, we just taking sides right now. You know what I'm saying? And we're rocking out with Xander. And we're showing him 100% support. So let the shit talking begin. Listen, your boy screwed. Your boy, listen, Jerron Boots Ennis. Remember when in that movie, what was it? Don't Be a Menace in South Central? And he's like, you fucked up, right?
Society.
Yeah. Oh, no. He said, you fucked up, right? You fucked up. Yeah, Menace in Society. You fucked up, right? Jerron Boots Ennis might have fucked up. He thought he was going into that contract with Virgil, another Latin fighter that was scared of him. And he probably thought he can go into Xander, offer him a deal, and Xander was going to back out. The next day, Jerron Boots Ennis would be back on social media. Yo, your boy Xander Zayas didn't take the fight. I offered him the fight. He went running. But he went over there fucking around, knocking on the 154-pound weight division's door, and Xander answered that motherfucker. And he looked at Jerron Boots Ennis and he said, can I help you? Are you lost? 147 is that way. And Jerron Boots Ennis is like, no, I want to fight you. What you say? What you say, little dude? Right? Yo.
He's like, I'm gonna send you the contract because you're a nobody. I'm gonna send you the contract.
Yo, Xander mistaked him for a trick-or-treater. He put candy in his bag, good game, and told him to leave. And Jerron Boots Ennis turned around and walked in the division. All right now. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. Don't get mad. I don't want to hear weight bully, size, nothing. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Because if you's a small dude and you keep fighting and fucking around and poking the bear, the bigger dude, and when the bigger dude finally gets pissed off and turns around and smacks the shit out of you, Now he's wrong. Now he's wrong because he beat up on a little guy. I don't want to hear shit. Y'all went over there talking about you were going to beat up Xander, that he's green, that he's all this. All right, cool.
All that.
Cool. We about to find out in June. And when your boy gets packed up, yo, listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if y'all win, cool. We'll eat the crow.
And by the way, hold on.
But,
From me and Edwin, I don't know about the rest of the world, but if Xander loses, you will get 0 excuses.
no,
0.
you ain't getting no excuses from us. We're gonna be just like we are in victory and in defeat. We're gonna have it with class, okay? But when we get this win and you hear a lot of fucking shit talking, let us have our moment. Because I'm gonna respect your moment with Duran Boots Ennis. There will be nothing but praises from me, from the man. There will not be any excuses for Xander from us. If we lose, we lose. That's it. Just like Subir Matias. You didn't hear anything from us. You never heard it the first time with the Liam Paro. He was in Puerto Rico when he did that. We applauded him in the ring. We show real class as people. So they, you guys, I know how you Americans gonna do. Yeah, I tell you that it's okay. Have your moment. I'm gonna give you your moment, but give us ours. Give us ours. Don't take away anything from Duran Boots Ennis. Oh, you know he wasn't that guy. You know that they dressed. Nope.
Oh, he only fought once at 54.
54.
He needed a tune-up. Get the fuck out of here with excuses.
I don't want to hear none of that shit. Because this cooked lobster, right? I'm already cooked. I listen. We gonna party. We gonna party and we gonna say our shit and let us have our moment. Because damn it, if you guys don't deserve it neither, too. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Gerard Bush Ennis, yeah. Go ahead.
When we did the Matias live, we got receipts. He said, "Yeah, right. Y'all had a bunch of excuses when Matias got KO'd. Have that same energy the day after."
Whoa. Are you watching other channels and talking about my channel? Don't do that.
That's what I was
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because the entire world and anybody that ever, we got receipts here. When Matias lost, Dalton Smith, shout out to you, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we'll be back,
fight.
UK. We'll be back. You know what I'm saying? You got us twice. You know what I'm saying? And we've been riding. We're rocking out with the UK. My UK fans know. They show us love over that, and we gave them love back. We supported them, and you know how I am here at Round One Sports Talk. It doesn't matter what nationality you are. It does not. I value championships. Dalton Smith's a world champion. I got nothing bad to say about him. Nothing. He's the shit. Josh Kelly, all the champions. Every man that has a belt, bro. I told you I don't rock with skin color here. Nationalities, nothing. This fight right here is just one fight about legacy. Because I need Xander to get 3 belts, because before I die, I want to see the first Puerto Rican champion wrap 3 belts at least around his waist. If I can see the 4 belts, that would be my dream. I don't know why you watch boxing, but I watch it for legacy. And my country's
TKO sounds like a Sufa fan.
Yeah, bro. Don't come over here spreading that fake shit on my channel about us.
Show him the Sufa belt. He's a Sufa guy. Show him the Sufa belt.
Nah, I don't got it. It's on the other side of the room. I'm not going to go get that. My wife is actually working right here, right next to me on her laptop and shit. I'm not passing her. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
He said, have that same energy the day. Hey, we'll be here. We'll be here fight night, and we'll be here with the recap day after.
Absolutely.
We ain't going nowhere.
Hey, yo, King. And I'll even bring you up on the live and allow you to have your moment. Come up, pop your shit, roast us. Come on. I hope you're here so that you can get everything you want out of it. If that's what you want out of it, come on. And I don't want to make it sound like, oh, is that what you want to do? No, come do that. Because if you got a YouTube studio, invite me and Frontline up there after the fight. would be there. You know what I'm
He
saying?
don't want
Because
to do that.
yo, listen. There's no fear here. There's no shame in defeat.
It's
We're
a fight.
warriors. It's a fucking fight. You know, all these
Anything can
motherfuckers.
happen.
Yeah, these motherfuckers is like when they guy lose, oh, it's over with. He's done. His career's
Hey,
done.
hey,
One
hey, hey,
loss.
King KO. And the other thing you got to realize, we
Fuck out
got
of here.
receipts as well. We've always said it. At 154, we always said Boots is Xander's toughest fight.
Toughest
But
fight.
as of late, I changed that opinion. I changed it and I said, I think now Fundora, after really studying Boots,
Yeah.
because I'm not one of
Fundora
those that
in reality, yeah, he's the toughest
in
at 154.
in reality is Fundora.
It's Fundora.
Boots Ennis doesn't he
No.
doesn't he's a good fighter, don't get me wrong. But he
Yeah.
doesn't impress me with that flashiness. I look beyond the flashiness.
No, I and
And
I
guess
look
what?
and I look beyond the traits of Sebastian Fundora. He doesn't have to be flashy. He doesn't have to be a great boxer. He's so much bigger than everybody else that takes away from your skill. Just ask one time Keith Thurman. You put one time Keith Thurman in that ring in that night with a guy his height, that fight's gonna look different. It's gonna look
Yo, shout out
different. Now, wasn't it?
shout out shout out to my guy. I'm just someone. He said, "What's up, round one in front? You guys sue for hating again?" Question. Um, King KO.
Frontline starts it. You see how he is? I'm up here chilling. Who's saying bring the super belt up? But Frontline, right? You see where it
Hey,
starts, right? Frontline
King,
be
King,
dragging me down these roads with him. Yo, gang, listen. Yo,
yo,
chat,
King KO said,
y'all
"Y'all
see who
must."
be doing it, right? But I live vicariously through Frontline, my little biased Puerto Rican here, right? Because he says all the shit I'm not gonna say because I'm not about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be fair, right? But
Nah,
listen,
fuck being fair.
look,
It's
see?
body or nothing. Get the
You see,
fuck out of here
you
with that
see?
shit. It's fucking body or nothing. Pa'l carajo todo el mundo. Yo, KO says y'all must be Benavides fans, protecting him from Jay Opataya. Who's
Who the
protecting?
fuck is protected on other channels? You heard that or something? You're coming up here and you're asking why they're doing that.
I
You should
I
make
think he's
that
getting
sentence a little bit.
confused.
I think yeah, because you're making a deliberate statement, like you're making it sound like we were, promoting that or anything. We've never talked about that here. Jayo Pataya, he's not afraid of David the Monster Benavides, and I don't think David the Monster Benavides is afraid of him. There's just nothing now behind the fight. Now that he got stripped,
Well, for
right?
KO there is because KO is a Sufa guy and Jay has the Sufa
Oh,
belt.
the super. No wonder this is all starting
Yo,
to make sense. Got you. Got
yo,
you.
Bull
Got
Rider
you.
says sounds like the host and co-host are ready for a defeat. Hey, talk your
Who?
shit.
Who? Who's
Bull
ready
Rider.
for
He says
the? Don't
sounds like
take.
the
Don't
host.
listen. Don't take us being slightly kind for weakness. We're just being a little respectful, a little humble, right? But don't mistake it, because I'm gonna tell you right now, all you Philly fans are secretly feared of this fight. Okay, you guys might not want to come out and say it out loud. You can try to talk Xander down all you want to make Jerron Boots is bigger than what he actually is. Go ahead, talk yourself up, right?
Boots won't lose. Don't worry about it. Zayas fights scared. He's getting stopped or KO'd. Trust.
He fights scared. Where? Show me a video where he fought scared. One
Hey,
fight.
matter of fact, just type it in the chat. What fight did he fight scared, and we'll put it up.
He will put it up. Where did he ever fight scared in? You be saying
Jason
some
says.
bullshit.
Jason said facts. Fundura's a problem at 54. I'm just someone says Fundura the guy to beat. And then King KO he responded to Jason said nah Fundora already got KO'd by Brian Mendoza.
Stop. Stop. You must not watch my videos, huh? Please go back and watch. I think it was even my last live stream when a person asked me who's the best 154 pounder in the world. And hands down, I said Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian Fedora will give Xander a lot of fucking problems, bro. A fucking lot. He'll beat most of those guys at, if not all of them, at 154. There is no 154 pounder in the world I would be afraid to put Sebastian Fedora in with any of them, including Virgil, Jaron Boots Ennis, all the top 154 pounders. Now, does that mean that he wins? No, it doesn't mean he wins, but I wouldn't be scared to put him in there with them. I'm going to tell you something right now. Brandon Mendoza caught Sebastian Fedora in a real interesting time in his career. He was learning how to fight long with the jab. He was transitioning from a guy that's 6'6" with an 80-inch arm reach, 80-inch. His wingspan is almost 7 feet tall. 7 feet tall. Listen, he was fighting Brandon. Brandon shifted, hit him on the button. Just because Brandon Mendoza did that, you would think that everybody else could. No. If that was true, then Sebastian Fedora proved it to the world. How? Brandon Mendoza fought Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu wiped him down. And when I'm saying wiped him down, wiped him down. Clean work too, right? What happened against Sebastian Fedora and Tim Tszyu? Not once, but twice. The second time he made him quit in front of his entire country and his dad. Tim Tszyu's a tough dude. In order to make him quit in front of all his, he must have been taking a beating, a real beating. Sebastian Fedora has gotten better. He's never going to be this flashy boxer because he's just too long and awkward. But just because Brian Mendoza did that doesn't mean any of the other top guys can do it. The only fighter I said that would beat Sebastian Fedora outright is Terrence Crawford. There's no world where Sebastian Fedora, in my head, beats Terrence Crawford. In no universe. No. He's too good. But Jaron Boots Ennis is no Terrence Crawford. He's no Terrence Crawford, man. I'm not about to fucking stamp Jaron Boots Ennis with Terrence Crawford's ring IQ. Get the fuck out of here, bro. He's never proved that. You're not just going to beat Sebastian Fedora like that. You guys are crazy. You listen. Wait. One more thing. Another version of the more skilled fighter losing to attributes. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney's a way more skilled fighter, better boxer, everything. But what happened when one attribute or two, speed and power, it didn't matter how skilled Devin was. None of that played a factor. Ryan Garcia was a weight bully in that fight. He walked through his punches and hit him with speed and hit him with that power. And Devin couldn't recover. He tried to fight him all night. But Devin looked like a little brother fighting a big brother. That's what it looked like. With all his skills. Same shit's going to happen to all these guys that are real skillful at 154 when you're not taking into the account the attributes that this man brings to the table. Sebastian Fedora. Literally, the round goes round one, ding, pow, he hits you in the face. He's still on the other side of the ring. One time Keith Thurman talked about that. One time Keith Thurman said when he spins, there's certain points in a fight where you're fighting a guy roughly your size. If you shift like this, you're out of harm's way. You know he can't punch you. When he fought Sebastian Fedora and his boxing IQ told him, shift here, you're out of harm's way. Sebastian said, not against me. Pow! Everywhere that Keith thought he was safe in, he wasn't. And Keith talked about it. It fucked him up. Because he's thinking, okay, I'm right here. Let me think about what I'm going to pow, pow, pow. He didn't give him time to. All his boxing decisions, everything he ever learned in boxing was wrong on that night. Nothing worked against Sebastian Fedora. And one time Keith Thurman is a way better boxer than Sebastian Fedora. You're not taking into account. You're looking at him like a tall, skinny, giraffe-looking motherfucker, and you're saying to yourself, anybody can knock him out. No, you can't. No, you can't. And Sebastian Fundora might just end up beating all these guys. He might. The only guys that got a real chance, if you ask me, Virgil Ortiz has no chance. I don't think so. He has the less chance out of them all. Virgil, out of the top guys. I think Jaron Boots Ennis might have. Jaron and Xander are 50-50 for me. They got the best chances to beat him. Them two guys. I don't think Josh Kelly beats him. I don't think, nah, bro. We're about to find out. Watch this fucking Tower Inferno dude is getting better too. With each fight, he's getting better and better. He's learning how to use that jab, all his attributes. He's getting dangerous. Imagine you gave Sebastian Fundora the skills of Sugar Ray Leonard. He would be fucking a fucking god in boxing. Like that'd be finished. That'd be a wrap. I guess God couldn't give him everything, right? It would be unfair, right? He's a problem. He's a real fucking problem, that dude. He's fucking taller than the heavyweight champion of the world, Usyk. He's actually taller than Usyk. And he's fighting at 154? Yo, that dude is a walking cheat code. There's no fighter in history that ever can do some shit like that. He's a real cheat code. He really is.
Catch up with the chat, Edwin.
But Virgil beats none of the elites. Go ahead. Read it.
Dave's Real says, Boots getting packed up like Karen. Jason says, Fundura got knocked. Yeah, and Fundura is champion now. King KO says, Jai is taking the IBF to court with the help of Turkey. He'll get that belt back. Plus, he's going to fight the WBC champ at Cruiser.
Stop right there. There has never been a moment in boxing history. I don't even give a fuck if you got Turkey or you got Jesus as your lawyer. The IBF will never give that belt back. And they're in their right. They have been down this road 1 billion times with other fighters. And the clauses in their contracts for their belts protects them from situations like this. There will never be a moment. It's not going to happen. That's all hogwash. There has never been a case in history in the IBF organization, especially them. If you were talking about the WBC, okay, maybe. The WBA, probably so. The WBO, no. But the IBF, we're talking about the IBF, right? They will never, and I repeat, ever give Jai that belt back. When you signed up to fight for them, they're one of the most strictest organizations. Every organization has their dirt, I understand. The IBF in their history has never given a belt back. And there have been cases that have been fought for, better situations in the IBF's history. Like there's been a situation where the guy got knocked out. I forget who. I have to look this up. And he legitimately lost the belt and this and that. And there was controversy. But I know that every case that's ever been with the IBF, nothing has ever been overturned. And you don't have a case when the IBF told Sufa, we will not get in bed with you. Sufa paid the sanctioning fees for the IBF. They graciously took the sanctioning fee money because at that point, IBF was told that Jai Opataya was going to make a title defense. Then Jai Opataya went in the ring leading up to that week to the fight. Sufa announced that their belt will also be in attendance. That's when the IBF pulled out. The IBF said, listen, Jai, we have no problem you defending your belt, but you can't bring the Sufa belt in the ring with the IBF and hold both of them simultaneously side by side. That's what the IBF told them they cannot do. And the reason why you can't allow that to happen, if you allow the IBF to be in the ring with Zuffa, that sparks life into the Zuffa belt. You got a real world title and you got this belt on the side of it saying that the world views this now Zuffa belt as a world title. You need something to give that Sufa life belt life because it has no history, it has no legacy, and up to that point, it had no champions. So you don't have anything but a hubcap. That belt is meaningless. It's these belts. So when Sufa tried to trick the IBF to get inside the ring with them, the IBF said no. Sufa was furious. Now the IBF told Jayo Pataya, we are not stripping you of our belt. We're allowing you to have your fight, right? We're just not going to be present. But you're still the IBF champion. Just don't do anything stupid. So Jayo Pataya and Dana White, I don't know how much money he paid Jayo Pataya to do this, but after the fight, what did Jayo Pataya do? When the IBF was not on the line and they weren't there, but he had his old belt. He had his old IBF belt. After the fight, what did he do? He took the IBF and the Sufa belt and put them on like this, right? And that's when the IBF said strip.
Hey, King KO, just because Jai paid the sanctioning fees, it doesn't mean he's entitled to get the belt back.
No, because
Yeah,
the
the
right,
IBF didn't sanction the fight.
right.
He paid the fees to be a champion.
He pays the fees for the IBF give him permission to go fight somewhere else.
Correct.
But you got to pay sanctioning fees if you're their champion and you're fighting. Even if you're not representing or if they're not in the ring with you, you still got to pay sanctioning fees to the organization because you're their champion. The belt doesn't have to be on the line. You still pay sanctioning fees. So I don't know where your point or your argument comes from. Either way, that's why he's never going to get the belt back. No matter which way you slice it, I'm telling you, the IBF, they're not a stupid organization. You're not going to get that belt back. You pay the sanctioning fees. Yes, you work for us. You represent us. Give us our money. Go do your fight. Or fight for us and give us our money. But either way, you are going to give us our money. So what room do you got to stand on and say, just because I paid the sanctioning fee, well, that's what you were supposed to do. Next.
Hey, shout out to Low Key in the building.
I
Bull
don't.
Rider got a question. Let me find it because
He's never getting that belt back.
Nah, he ain't getting shit.
He should have never. Where he fucked up is when he put that old IBF belt on his shoulder next to the Sufa, and the IBF said, "You're not going to disrespect our IBF belt. We told you not to do that. We asked you. We are not involved in the fight. Do not bring our belt in the ring."
Hey, Bull Rider wants to know if Xander walks around at 190 and fights at 54, is he considered a weight bully? No.
No.
If he makes weight, and
No.
this is
Okay,
weight
wait,
bully,
stop. Wait. Let me explain one thing.
But
If the entire weight division are a bunch of men that are cutting weight to fight at their weight, they're not fighting at their natural weight. Well, isn't that what everybody else is doing? There's like 1% of men that actually fight in their legitimate weight division. So if you got 1% versus 99%, you would be talking about 99% of the rest of the boxing world being weight bullies. Or is it just that's the way boxing is? Okay? There are no weight bullies. When we make a contract and we both make the weight, that's our contract. If you can make it and I can make it, cutting weight is a skill. It's a real art. Not everybody can cut weight the same way. But shout out to the men that could do it the best and still perform well. Is
weight
that
bullies
cheating?
we consider are the
No.
ones that fight at catch weights. that can't make a contracted weight. Don't like
Yes.
Ryan Garcia fighting at 144, 143. He can't make 140. Now he's fighting a 140 pounder because at the time Devin cut weight to make 140.
Right.
So okay, that's considered a weight bully.
Right.
Now, if you're fighting at 147, I don't give a fuck if you walk around in 300 pounds. If you can make the contracted weight, you're not considered a weight bully. A weight bully is people that can't make it. King KO, just you're just you're anti Sufa. Just rep that. No, if you we this is the beautiful thing about YouTube and receipts. Go back. We're not anti Sufa. What we are against, it's the bullshit that's not being publicized with Sufa. The lot of what ifs. For an example, I'll give you one right now. They have 8 weight classes. That being said, for an example, like you take Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga is supposed to he fights at 168. There's no 168. He's either got to go up to 175 or go down to 160 if he's going to fight with Sufa. Now, according to Edgar Berlanga, where he publicly came out and he said, I'm staying at 168. That means that Sufa has 2 tiers, which we are starting to figure out now. The second tier is you're fighting for Turkey on a ring card. That hasn't publicly been said by Sufa or Dana White. That's just us making assumptions over here. We don't want to make assumptions. We want actual facts. And that's what's kind of keeping us away. We'll watch it. Edwin will call a Sufa fight card live if he has to. We're not against Sufa. We're against the fuckery.
We're against those thugs. Yo, listen. Check this out, right? Let me tell you, I'm gonna keep saying this. What my co-host, Frontline, and me, we're in agreement with is that we're a bit more reserved. We're not gonna allow Zuffa to come in, throw a bunch of money around, get the first wave of guys to put them on camera. Look how happy we are. I said, well, let's see in a year if those same fighters are still so happy, and that if these guys like the contracts or the situations they're in. And then when you think about Sufa, right? My spider senses go off, right? Because you're a company that's coming in to boxing. You're trying to take away the Muhammad Ali Act. You're saying that we don't pay sanctioning fees, but you're taking away all our sponsorships, our pay-per-view money, all our rights. You might not pay sanctioning fees for that belt, but you pay triple sanctioning fees for the Sufa belt. Because just because they call it another name or they dress it up a different way, you're still paying the same bill. See, in boxing, I gotta pay sanctioning fees, but I get sponsorships. If I'm a pay-per-view fighter, I get a shot at the pay-per-view revenue, the money. I get a percentage of some of
The gate.
the gate, whatever is in my contract, because contracts are different. So yeah, I get all that, right? And I can make commercials. I can get sponsorships by Nike. I can get a Nike deal. I can wear their shirt. But in Sufa has to get the deal for you to get some money. If Sufa signs to Reebok, right, and you wear Reebok, you get like a 2% out of that. So they're gonna give you like $200 or something for wearing their Reebok shirt. But Sufa has to get the deal, not you. And then they put everybody in their uniforms. You understand? So when Sufa started coming out with this 2-tier, 1-tier, like Frontline was describing, a lot of the confusion came in the Jayo Pataya situation. And it just didn't seem like Sufa was here for boxing. And I started to report this. I said, listen, if you guys can't identify what Sufa is by now, then there might be something wrong with the way that you see things. Because I'm starting to ask, Sufa, are you just another promoter that's in boxing? Just another shark? Like Ed Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya? You're just another promoter. What actually are you doing for boxing? Rather than line your pockets with the fighters' blood, sweat, and tears. We already have that. What are you adding a little structure to your company? But when we want boxing change, what are you doing for the boxers after boxing? Are you giving them a 401k? Are you helping boxing families, struggling fighters? Are you changing the rules to make it more effective for the fighters? Are you putting health things into fighters to protect these guys? What are you actually doing for boxing? Rather than lining your pockets, that's not change. You're just like everybody else. You're just throwing around a whole bunch of money. But you're no different than what we already have. So if you ask me, real change is going to take some time. You can't come out in week 1, month 1, and say, we did. What change have you done?
Hey,
You think,
Loki
wait.
said you should always have the most prestigious belt on when you're talking about Sufa.
The super belt. You see, these guys, how they are? Look, listen. You see, they do this, right? But I'm just being honest. And I'm talking, see, frontline, you ain't shit for that. Yo, check it out. You
I
be
didn't say it.
encouraging them.
Loki said it.
Yeah, you be encouraging them. Yo, yo, listen, I'm not hating Zuffa, but what I'm doing is being a bit more reserved. Before I jump in all gun hold, all I'm asking Zuffa to do is to prove themselves. Prove that you're better than Box Lab, Box Rec, that you're better than boxing itself. That you came into boxing to change boxing and to make real change and to make these boxers' lives a lot better. But if all you're doing is paying these guys on a salary and keeping the majority of the money, you suit and tie motherfuckers are all the same. You guys are all the same. You guys want all this money and you ain't never threw one punch. You didn't get punched in your face once, but you demand a bigger slice of the pie. You guys are all the fucking same.
Hey, I'm just someone says it's been said plenty by Dana. The Sufa boxing fighters will elevate and be eligible for ring and Riyadh cards once they build them up. Belanga is marketable. He's already been a headliner.
Stop right there. Who the fuck wants to fight for the Ring Magazine belt? Where is it in this world of yours that we should be excited? When's the last fucking time you ever went to or watched a boxing match and you said to yourself, yo, they fighting for the ring tonight?
Never.
When?
Never.
Not never. Don't dress that shit up. What is that supposed to make me feel good? Oh, when we get elevated and we get in higher state, we can fight for the ring. The ring doesn't do nothing for you. All it does is the ring is a trophy that goes around your waist. It's shaped as a belt. It's a status that you fought the best. You fought the tough fight, the guy that beat this guy, and you beat him. You guys fought. It's a trophy. It doesn't give you champion status. I'm going to repeat. Teofimo Lopez had the WBO and the ring. Was he a unified champion or was he considered a one belt champion? The ring doesn't make you unified. Is it a 5-belt era or a 4-belt era? Can you get 3 belts and the ring and be considered undisputed?
Nope.
No. Can you be undisputed without the ring? Yes. So what the hell is the ring belt? Oh, if you get into bigger study, bro, I repeat, never went to a boxing match. Wait a minute. Went to a boxing match and said, bro, these dudes is fighting for the ring belt tonight. This is going to be a banger. Whoever wins this belt right here, he's the real world champion because he's got the ring.
Where's the
Fuck out.
energy at? Where's the energy at when Oscar De La Hoya owned the Ring magazine and had the ring belt? Where's the energy for those same people when he had it? Nobody was vouching for it like now because Turkey got it. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, I'll tell you where the black Americans were. They were saying, fuck that ring belt. That shit is a favoritism belt. All the Mexicans got it when Oscar owned it. And almost all the weight divisions, a freaking Mexican dude had that ring magazine belt. And the brothers was calling it a racist belt. I remember that era. We're
Okay,
talking
but
about the same ring belt, right?
yeah,
Just
when
because
Turkey took it over,
he bought it
all of a
3
sudden,
years ago. They bought that shit 3 years ago. Get the
yeah,
fuck out of here,
and
bro.
all of a sudden it's prestigious.
It's
Get the fuck out of here.
prestigious?
Hey,
Oh, I'm
I'm
able to
just
go with that 150,000. You're just throwing money around.
I
You're just throwing money. That's billionaire shit buying you over one by one as fans.
I'm
He's
just
just
someone.
spoiling you.
I'm just someone says, what are they doing for boxing? Question for starters, putting on 50-50 fights, bringing up prospects with tough, equal competition while offering top-notch training with proper diet and supplements. Titles have changed hands in ring cards, like when Crawford took Canelo's titles and then got the ring belt. By the way, I never said anything about the ring belt. I was just talking about cards. Oscar didn't do shit with the ring when he had it. Low Key says 126 hasn't had a ring champ since Mikey Garcia. We need El Divino versus Leo or Figgy for it.
And the first Ring Magazine belt ever at 105, Oscar Collazo got it the first time in history. So if you want to call the Ring Magazine a belt, in order to fight for these belts, you have a ranking system and equal opportunity at the belts. You move up, everybody has the right to fight for it. The only way you can fight for the ring is when the best fights the best type shit. So it's not equal opportunity for everybody else. And there wasn't, all the way into this point, to this year, there wasn't a Ring Magazine belt in every weight division in the history of it.
King
So,
KO,
yeah, so,
I think he's mad because he's writing in all capital letters.
okay.
He said, I remember when Bob Arum called the zone dead zone. Now he's on their network. Sufa got same ability to make doubters into believers.
Okay, now, okay, and let's go back. Let's go back and answer some of these questions. When a guy, he took his time and he wrote in the chat what he saw that Sufa was doing for fighters,
Oh, I'm just someone.
vitamins.
You want me to read it to you again?
Yeah, go ahead.
He said, what are they doing for boxing? For starters, putting on 50-50 fights, bringing up prospects with tough, equal competition while offering top notch training with proper diet and supplements.
Okay, listen. First of all, have you ever heard of the expression "there's no such thing as a free lunch"? Okay, stay with me. When I say that Sufa's not doing anything, that all these other entities were already here, this guy right here just proved it. He says, for starters, they're putting 50-50 fights together. Pro Box does that on a regular, every day, every fucking card. You're not doing anything that's not already being done. First. Second, bringing these
Right.
prospects up,
With tough and equal competition.
equal competition, same shit they do at Box Lab, Pro Box and regular boxing. You just described boxing. It just depends who your promoter is. Like if you have Top Rank, they know how to manage a fighter. They're well known for that. Now, isn't that? So that would be you just named three things that still have not changed for your prestigious Zuffa. You have said nothing that does not exist already. That's my point. Are
Well, the
you just
last part is
wait, frontline? Are you just the same thing we already have here? Okay, and the diet with the supplements and all that other shit. There's no such thing as a free lunch. That's why they tell you you don't pay for sanctioning fees, but they keep all your other money. Where you think all the extra money that they get for sponsorships that you would have got, the pay-per-view money that they keep, how do you think they pay for that institute? With your blood, sweat, and tears. That institute is paid off by the super fighters that are given one salary check. Here's a little bonus. Well done for performing well. Here's a little $50,000 bonus on it. Go out there and punch each other's face in a little bit more, right? When in reality, you might have had the chance to make all that money and then some in regular boxing and still not competing for a world title. So there's no sanctioning fees. Because remind you, the sanctioning fees only come and occur, you become champion or you enter into there and you get into the top 10 shit and you're investing into the belt. I get it, right? But SUFA is from the moment you start. SUFA is telling you this is a SUFA contract in the literal sense. It's on the wall. You can't argue this with me because this is their motto. We're going to pay you a set amount. Take it or leave it. Sign here for 3 fights. Every fight, we're going to give you this, and we're going to make sure you keep fighting. Is that not what they're doing? Is that not exactly how it goes? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
I'm just someone says Pro Box doesn't pay their 10-round fighters $200K a fight, and they don't offer training and recovery. So first of all, they get paid a lot less than $200K at SUFA, where these guys are claiming that all this extra money is the incentives that Dana White puts in place. For an example, if you have the knockout of the night, you get an extra, I don't know, I'm just going to throw stupid numbers out there. You get an extra 50K. If it's fight of the night, you get another extra 50K. So there goes an extra 100K that you're getting on top of what you signed for the fight to be. So their fighters are not getting 200K. It's a lot of incentives. Their fighters, the contracts that's been out there, what was it, Edwin? You pulled it up on your screen before.
yeah, I did.
It's like 15, 20K.
Yeah, and then you have to do certain things in the fight to get the rest of your money.
The extra money.
The extra money. If you don't do certain things, if you don't put a guy down, or if you didn't knock down, they feel that they take that away, and your 200K turns into like 80,000. You have the potential to make the 200,000. What they're telling you is that each fighter will add 10-round fights. What Dana White is not telling you that all 10-round fights are not the same. If you fight for the SUFA belt, there's a pay structure there. But if you fight in the other tier, those ones right there are like the Regis Progress situation where Dana White acted as his promoter and put him on that card.
Hey, I'm just someone. Hold on, Ed, hold on. I'm just someone. I'm going to read your comment very, very slow because you said it yourself. And I'm going to read it slow so you can understand it. SUFA fighters get sponsored by big companies. Hammerhands has 2 big sponsors already. Here we go. Set up through SUFA. Now, better than anything he had before, like Hank Meats on your rope. Okay, set up by SUFA, which means, yes, he's probably getting a sponsor, but who the fuck do you think is getting the bulk of the money? Dana White. Hammerhands is not getting the full potential of the sponsor as if he was outside of SUFA in the regular ring.
Let me see if I could explain it a little bit better. Okay, check this out. What he's doing, exactly what he's doing in the UFC. If you don't know anything about Dana White, where he comes from the UFC. Dana White has a sponsorship partnership with Monster Energy Drink. Monster Energy Drink has the right to go through the UFC roster and sign any fighter that keeps the can in front of them. They give them $25,000 for that, for putting the can in front of them. Now, most of the fighters have a contract with Monster Energy Drink that normally they would have never ever had. But Monster Energy Drink pays the UFC upwards in the millions of dollars, which goes to Dana White, right? Because he's the head of it. All that money goes to him. He pimps his fighters off to Monster Energy drink. The Monster Energy drink, the UFC fighters have talked about this. The Monster Energy drink dude was a dick. He used to tell them, if you don't show up to my cookout, I won't sign off on your $25,000. My kid has a birthday party this week. You're a UFC fighter, so I'll sign off on your 20, or I'll sign you to the Monster, but I want you to meet my friends. He wanted to take pictures with these guys and have the guys say he's the best. Well, he wouldn't sign off on their 25,000. Dana White let this Monster Energy drink dude just like walk through the UFC because of all the money Monster Energy drink was given. There's been thousands of articles written on this dude. One of the UFC fighters that can't stand him is Israel Adesanya. He always takes down the Monster Energy drink. You ever see the guys that take the Monster Energy drink off and take it to the side because they don't want to fuck with that dude? That dude is fucking up that contract for he was making the UFC fighters. He was like a probation officer. Like, if you don't do this for me, I'll violate your probation, or I won't give you the money. So when you talk about these guys got a contract, a sponsorship through Zuffa, same shit that the UFC fighters get through the UFC. It's a slave gimmick. No, why should I be jumping through hoops for some guy that's threatening to not give me money, and that you're a fighter in the UFC that's only making $14,000 a fight? $26,000 a fight. Shit, the heavyweight champion of the world, Francis Ngannou, made $600,000 his last fight. Not even close to $1 million. So what do you think these other guys at the lower were making? They were being embarrassed, all kinds of shit. Degraded. And when Zuffa tells you that they're going to pay you a set money, here goes another entity telling the fighter, I'm going to pay you this much. Here's $200,000 for 10 rounds. You will never make $200,000 anywhere else. What did you just sell yourself to? What 10-round fighter you think they're going to allow you to get to? And all the 10-round fighters they have already are established boxers that they're taking from boxing. It's not like they went out and found their own next Zuffa champion and he came up in the Zuffa. No, that hasn't happened. You guys just got to open your eyes just a little bit more. Zuffa, to this point, has not done anything, not one thing for boxing.
And to be clear, we're not hating on Zuffa. We're giving them a year to kind of prove themselves, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah, I got to see if they're actually good for boxing. I can't just jump out the window just because a guy throws bro, I'm not easily impressed. I got my own money. You're not going to fucking come around. Oh, I'm going to buy your fighters. Believe in us. Look at ours. No. You're just another boxing entity. You're no different than the PBC, Top Rank, Golden Boy, fucking Matchroom. You're no different, Frank Warren. You're no different than any of them. You're no different than Pro Box or Box Lab. You're just a entity that happens to have a lot of money that you might be able to put up better cards. What the fuck does better cards mean for boxing? Oh, wait. It has to do better with the money that you get for yourself, Zuffa. You're no better than everything we have. And until they implement real change and show that they care about the fighters and do something for the fighters' families, that's real change. Set better rules. Protect us rather than putting us in there, the best fighting the best, like two fucking dogs at your entertainment while they sit up there and line their pockets. I gave them vitamins and a gym to work out in. How you think they paying for all that shit? Off them. sitting there fighting like fucking dogs. And when you get your head punched in your brain, let's see if Sufa pulls up to help you in the hospital or they just put you in a hallway. Let's find out. Let's find out when the first Sufa champion goes down and something bad happens, if they turn their back on him, if their family comes out 2 years later. Sufa didn't fucking help us with none of the medical bills. Sufa didn't, they just turned their back on it. They stopped taking our phone calls. Let's see how fucking good they are then. You can't just be good on, no. Come on, people. I know you guys are not buying into this.
Hey,
Like they're like our savior. Let them prove it first.
I
You know
know
what I'm
for a
saying?
fact. I know for a
Let them prove it.
fact. There's no way that any of the supercars that's been on right now has been better
Then
than
Pro
any of the
Box.
than Pro Box, than
Fucking
fucking
right.
Top
What
Rank.
supercar was better than Pro Box? Jayo Pataya going 12 rounds? Is that the one you're talking about? Come on, man, stop it.
Pro Box put on some 50-50 fights and they're bangers. Fucking Box Lab. They take a lot of up and coming fighters. They put them on with 50-50 fights, bangers.
Mm-hmm.
Matchroom, Golden Boy. They put on decent cards. I mean, shit. There's one coming up tomorrow, Amari Jones. But
King, I need to stop playing, bro. About what? June.
okay,
Is that
that's
for
June
June
6th.
6th?
That haven't happened yet. We fight, so we can't say it's a better card because okay, the names may sound like it's a better card,
But
but
what
what
if it's
if
a dud? What if it's a
exactly,
dud? What if it doesn't live up to expectations?
exactly?
Right?
Sufa
So
is better than Pro Box. Facts. That's your opinion.
yeah, not yet. They no, I can't give them. You see, you can't cheat. Pro Box doesn't have the money to get the kind of fighters that Sufa's getting. But you got to remember, all Sufa's doing is buying our guys that have already been established. So you might have the ability to get bigger names, but did you give a better product? Were all your fights great? Was it one good one, three boring ones, one good one like that? How was your product overall with all the names you threw around? So, yes, in fact, Sufa might have the ability to get more names, but BoxRec, make no mistake, they're stamped, they're certified. They've had champions that legitimately came through Pro Box, and then fucking become a world champion. You know, and Pro Box can say, we develop champions over here. Can Sufa say that? What champion has Sufa developed? So far, zero. So how are they better than Pro Box? I think you're putting the cart before the horse, and you're starting to give Sufa credit they really haven't deserved or earned it yet. You're
Shout out to
being too
Santos
fast.
Boxing. He says Sufa's a scam. Low key says nothing tops the Gallegos versus Najee fight. That fight was a fucking banger.
Listen, that was a good fight, but I'm just trying to tell you right now, like, um, I don't see Sufa. What Sufa fight was better than Najee Lopez and Gallego? Which one? Which Sufa fight out of all the cards they've had so far is better than that Najee fight? Can anybody put it in chat?
Can I see them on a TV network? Question says I'm just someone. See who? If you're talking about Pro Box, you can see them on YouTube all the time,
For free.
free for free.
Yeah,
Um, if you talk about Top Rank, Matchroom, or whatever, you can see them on the Zone, or
on
you
the
can see it
zone.
on pay per view if it's a pay per view event. Sufa, you can't watch it for free. You got to watch it through Paramount. You got to be a subscriber to Paramount
Yeah.
Plus.
And then
Um,
I think if you're in the UK, you got to be Sky Sports
Sky Sports in UK.
in the UK out there. Yeah. Ah,
Santos says we fight is biased for Dana White and them UFC niggas for free.
for free.
Better cards equals a better product. Sufa is in a position to do that.
They might be in position. I think this King dude You're impressed by money, huh? Anybody can drive up on a car. Oh shit. Yeah, possessions and things are good. If a Lamborghini pulls up, I'll give it a stare. You know what I'm saying? Nice car, bro. You know what I mean? Keep moving, right? I don't give a fuck about the guy that drives the Lamborghini. He ain't no better than me as a man. Just okay, you got status, you got money, whatever. Are you still human? Yeah. And I know if you ran your mouth to me, right? I would treat you the same way, even if you got out of a fucking Toyota or a Lamborghini. I would deal with you the same way. So we're at the end of the day, we're equal. I'm not sure if this guy King dude just likes the fact that Sufa has a lot of money and has the ability to put these cards together. He equals money equals better fights, better product. They must be better. No,
You smoking, King.
you.
You smoking. Hot Rod versus whatever his name is was better than any of those pro box fights you're talking about. That logo.
You must have not watched the Najee Lopez fight. You must have not saw that he was down in the fight. These guys they had blood in the fight. There was a lot of action. They fought like fucking killers in there. The ring was small type shit. You must have never saw that fight then. Yo, that Hot Rod fight, okay, look, decent, but that was no Najee Lopez fight. Fuck out of here, bro. You need to go watch that fight before you say that. Because everybody in the chat might be thinking you crazy right now.
Hey, we fight. Sufa Boxing got a guaranteed budget 100 million for 12 cards without even having a product. Y'all bugging if you think 2027 budget don't go through the roof. It possibly could. You're missing the point here. It's like Edwin said at the beginning. Just because they're throwing all this money around, what are they doing for the sport? All they're doing is taking actual fighters that are in regular boxing and they're buying them out and having them come over to Sufa. What is this new wave that they're doing for boxing? What are they doing for boxing that's different, that's not being done already? That's what we want to know. And to be fair, we're not doubting Sufa. We said it. We're gonna let it ride out to see where it goes. But we're not just gonna sit here and advertise and fucking vouch for it just because all this money's being thrown around for these fighters. And to
Them,
be honest, hold on, Edwin. Let me
mhm.
land my plane.
Go ahead,
And
do
to
it.
be and to be honest, nobody knows the real numbers that these boxers are getting. Nobody.
Yo. I know you didn't bring up that Mayweather kid that lost that fight and describe it
Merriweather. Merriweather.
Mayweather, and describe that as a super fight that was a fucking absolute banger. That's what
That was
you
that was better than Najee Lopez versus Gallegos.
no
That logo.
no. Just some of the fights on Pro Box. Period. There were fights on that same card
Yo,
that
that was
was
an upset for sure, but not better.
no. It was an upset because they were promoting Mayweather Sufa and they were trying to build him up as a young fighter to come through. And their first fucking fighter for Sufa that was supposed to be the next thing, right?
Yo, Santos, you ain't shit.
So I go, but yo, check it out. That it didn't mean that that fight was technically sound better than the fucking pro box card fights. Jesus Christ, there've been a bunch of great fights on pro box just this past 2 months. What's going on?
Hold
Why
on.
are you
I, I,
laughing?
I gotta read this because it's funny as fuck. It is if you think about it, it's true. He says, "Yo, Frontline just exposed it. How the fuck did Devin sign for 100 million when their budget for the year is 100 million?"
There it is. There it is. I told y'all they be saying some bullshit over there. Y'all
Hey,
be, hey yo, King, this King dude, he's gonna get a rude awakening. Watch. Hey yo, he's the type of dude. He's gonna be like, Sufa's good for you. Yo, you ever see like that person in the movie, right? That goes into the fucking house and gets kidnapped, and you're like, dumbass, you got kidnapped because you went in the fucking house, and they're in the fucking hole in the ground. It's like a well or something, and they're down there clawing at the fucking thing, and until they fucking close the lid, will they realize, wait a minute, I think I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? The entire time, the killers are, hey, come in, grab a sandwich. Yeah, buddy. Here, drink this. This tastes funny, but I'm going to keep drinking it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what King sounds like. Like,
Hey, we fight. I listen. He said, "Fun fact: Super One card did over 4 million views. Of course, we're boxing fans. We're gonna watch, but it doesn't mean that we're gonna sit here and glaze over something that's a lot of unknowns. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We watched it. We watched a shit to this day. Every Super card that has came out, Edwin and I both watched it.
Excuse me. Can you repeat the number? How many views they got? What was it?
So Sufa won the first Sufa card.
Yep.
They did over 400. I mean, 4 million views.
Stop right there. Who gets that 4 million views? The money.
Dana,
Did they split it amongst the UFC, the Zuffa fighters on the card?
absolutely not. Nope.
Okay, then. You keep bringing things up and all these numbers. Everything, all numbers go to Sufa. What Sufa is telling you, what I've been trying to tell you, is that Sufa tells their fighters, this is above your pay grade. We pay you a set dollar amount for a fight. You signed the contract. That's all we owe you. They'll give you every dollar. But you are not entitled to know the gate, the pay-per-view, the sponsorship. You can only get through us. Everything. The numbers on YouTube, everything funnels to them. The only way you get paid, we will keep you donkeys working. Okay? We will work the shit out of you donkeys. Okay? We will make sure that you got 3 fights a year, a set amount of money. Every time you left boxing, you didn't know when your next fight was. But here at Sufa, we change all that. We're going to make sure you're fighting for whose pocket? For whose pocket? I'm trying to tell you right now, I am not shitting on Sufa. I'm being critical on Sufa. I'm from a little town called You're Gonna Have to Show Me. You can't throw around money and blind me. I don't give a fuck how many amazing cards you put together. You're still, if that's all you do, you are no better than Oscar De La Hoya, top rank. You are just another boxing promoting entity with a slightly different formula. But what did you actually do for boxing? I repeat, for the sport itself that needs help. Did you change the rule structure around the entire world? Did you give us the same scoring system we desperately been needing? Did you change something for your fighters for the long term after boxing? Do you got a union for the fighters to
Actually,
protect
no, they're
them?
making it worse for the fighters because they want the best to fight, the best to fight, the best to fight. That means that their boxing career is going to be short
Hold
lived.
up, frontline.
Nah, hay que
Dana
atacar
White,
temprano. Hay que atacar temprano.
Dana White does not feel one punch frontline.
Exactly.
He does not care about that. Get in there, rock'em sock'em robots, best fighting the best. And guess what? Dana White, if it's any consolation to you, he didn't feel one of those punches. He's safe. $100 million just filled up his pocket, but the fighter got 200,000, 2K. 100 million winning his, you got 200,000. Come back to work, buddy.
Hey, and next week or next card, You're fighting so and so, so get ready.
Yeah. And then you're fighting this other, you just barely got that through that fight. Guess what? We got even a bigger challenge for you. 200K again. See you next time. You don't got a right to anything else. Let me tell you something right now. This is how much better pro boxing is that I see with my own two eyes. Okay? Teofimo Lopez fought for Top Rank, right? They gave him like $400,000 for a fight, 6 and 3 here and there. He never made over $1 million, Teo, ever. When he got his divorce, right, and his wife wanted the Mercedes truck, and it came up in court that that truck was valued at over $600,000. The truck itself. But wait a minute, Teo, you didn't make that kind of money in any of your fights. How the fuck can you buy a truck like that, Teo? Right? And Teo said, that's what sponsorships do for you. That's what a Mercedes can literally come see Teofimo Lopez and donate him a Mercedes. Here, driver, we want you in our car. We're going to sponsor your fights too. Here, take one. Sufa takes that Mercedes. Sufa takes the Mercedes money from you. You don't get that. You would never advance. You're only getting the money they give you. You're dependent on them.
Hey,
Teo made money outside of boxing for what boxing gave to him. See, you pay sanctioning fees to a belt that provides the world stage and their belt with history and legacy. That, my friend, could walk you into other doors in your life. People are going to want you to show up, to somewhere or name a restaurant after you. And you're making money off your name. You can make clothing now, a sneaker deal. You can't do any of that with Sufa. No clothing brand, no everything is to them.
And if you do get it, it has to go through Sufa. And Sufa
like
has to
I
get
said
the bigger
in the
cut.
beginning of this video, one of the first lines I said about Sufa was that Sufa, you get sponsorships through them. If they get a Nike deal, a Reebok deal, they'll put you in their Reebok uniform and you'll get a percentage of that. 2%, whatever it is. Right? But through them. Same thing he did in the UFC. That's been Dana White's motto his entire. Dana controls everything. You got to pay Dana to dance with his fighters. Monster Energy drink paid him upwards of millions of dollars to be able to go down and ask their fighters, hey, you want a sponsorship with Monster Energy drink? All sponsorships are $25,000. We'll pay you $25,000 to wear our shirt. You're getting 25,000, but Dana's getting about 100 million.
We fight. Okay, Ilya Torpura just signed a Richard Millie deal. Try again, sir. Okay, how did he get that Richard Millie deal? He got it through Sufa. The same way Hammer Hands got his endorsements or his sponsors
Okay,
through Sufa. It gets
how about
funneled
this?
through Sufa.
Yes, he's right.
If they're getting XYZ amount of dollars, imagine how much Dana White is getting because it's got to funnel through Sufa. You lose your name as a Sufa fighter.
Yes.
Anything
Okay.
you do under your star status,
Yeah, goes to them.
Sufa gets a cut out of it.
Cut out of it. Now, listen, how about this? This is how much of a clinch Dana White has on all his fighters. Now, the most famous UFC fighter, right? Just in case you're wondering about anything you're going to say, I'm probably going to shoot down with just this one man everything you ever had to say about negotiations, sponsorships with the UFC. Because this is proof. Conor McGregor fought this guy, Floyd Mayweather, and they paid him $100 million. What was Dana White's cut out of Conor McGregor's $100 million? $50 million. He took half of Conor McGregor's money, not a third, not 25%. Conor McGregor got 50 and Dana White got 50. But if you're concerned about Dana White, don't worry. He didn't take one punch to the face. Not one.
And got paid the same shit.
And got paid the same amount as Conor McGregor. So there is no contract. You're going to come up here. Oh, round one. What about this UFC thing that he signed with this? No. That's how much Dana White has a clinch on his fighters. That Conor got paid $100 million, but he had to pay Dana 50. They don't own you. They don't own you. Without Dana White owning his rights and him, Conor McGregor makes $100 million by himself. He pockets $100 million. If he was fighting in boxing, he pays the sanctioning fees, keeps the $100 million. But fucking with Dana White and Sufa, you got to give him half.
Thanks to UFC, Conor is super rich. No. Thanks to boxing, just like Francis
Thanks to
Ngannou.
boxing, Conor is super rich.
Yo, Francis Ngannou
Try
even said
again.
it.
Try again.
Francis Ngannou said the fight versus Tyson Fury, he got paid more than all the years in UFC with that just one fight.
Combined, just one fight. Try
So
again.
how in the fuck is Conor rich off of UFC?
Conor made in one night his entire UFC and amateur and everything else and what his mom and dad made for their beginning of their entire lives. He made all that in one night with Mayweather. And he's not even coming close to touching that money.
No, not Mayweather. It was against Tyson Fury.
No, I'm saying Conor McGregor against Mayweather.
Yeah.
Yes. The most money Conor McGregor made at a UFC fight, I think, was $6-8 million. Some shit like that. Dana supposedly.
That's the reason why Francis made his money, because he was out of the UFC contract.
Yeah.
That's why he was happy and he made the
Tyson
money
Fury. He almost beat Tyson Fury too. Remember, I was on the live. I bet $25 on it. I bet the dog, my Jack's food. It's a lie, but that was the joke in the thing. I was like, I'm betting my dog's food money and $20. Let's do it, Jackson. I was holding him, and I was like, yo, the odds were just too much. That fucking money was like, put 20 on it. You win like $18,000 or some shit. I remember it was something crazy because no one, the odds maker, gave Francis Ngannou a chance in the hell, and he fucking dropped Tyson Fury in the fight. It was a crazy night for boxing. But Tyson Fury, the most money he ever made in UFC was $600,000 ever. That was his last fight in the UFC. I think it was against Ciro Gane, and he beat Ciro Gane and walked out of UFC, and then fought Tyson Fury for like an unreported amount of money. And you know Turkey, right? Like they were talking about his gifts, like when you're walking with him, right? What was that soccer player, Ronaldo? Turkey met Ronaldo for the first time at one of his boxing events when he was bringing a bunch of stars and movie actors from around the world. So Ronaldo went there and Turkey handed him a $275,000 watch. And he gave it to Ronaldo as a gift. Then Ronaldo was sitting actually next to irritating ass Conor McGregor at the time. He gave Conor McGregor some other gift. Turkey, everybody says it when he's walking up to people. He has people with small gifts, I guess. That's what he considers small gifts. $275,000 watch is a small gift. Outrageous, right? And he's just, hey, how you doing? And look, grabbing something here like that. And what he gives you is like fucking outrageous shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, when you're doing shit like that, bro, he's buying everybody so fast. He's got so many boxing fans so spoiled. I mean, the Turkey cards were outrageous, and I've always reported this. I've always said this. I said, when Turkey put these cards together, right, you got to remember you're not dealing with a stupid man.
Hold on. Yo, if anybody's timing out people,
without them being disrespectful, that's a no go. No, we don't time nobody out here. Any wrenches in the building, don't time K out. Don't time Team KO out for just saying, whatever he's saying. As long as he's being respectful, he's doing boxing shit talk. Don't block him. The only time we block people in this channel is if they get disrespectful and they start talking about mothers and
Yeah,
families and
that
shit like that.
rainbow next to Zayas is funny. I'm gonna let it slide, right? Yo, watch yourself. Anyway, listen. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, listen. No, Turkey got us spoiled. And when he put together these cards, you had to ask yourself why. A lot of people criticized Turkey and said, you didn't turn a profit over in any of those matches you put together, Turkey. Like you came out here, your business endeavors failed. And I'm looking at these guys and I'm like, you guys must not understand business, huh? That was never meant to turn a profit. That was meant to win you over and get your attention first. When a billionaire does something like that, it's not for a profit then. It's to buy you over. Who is giving you the best fights? What cards do you know recently that were extreme bangers? When on average, just before the arrival of Turkey, what you really had on one boxing card was a main event. Sometimes you'll get a sneaky fight here and there that gives you your money's worth or your night's worth, but it's all centered around one fight. When Turkey came, he took 5 main events and put it on one card. He did it over the top where no one else can do that. In order to get that again, you need who? Turkey. So he won you over first. Then he built Zuffa. And now he's migrating everything towards him. It wasn't about turning a profit. It was the long game. You lose now to win later. Then you got guys like King fucking, grabbing his pom-poms. Turkey, yay, Sufa. Look at everything good they did for us. No, it's billionaires never do anything good for you. You give them some time, they'll reveal themselves. They only want for what's best for them. You know how like a billionaire comes in and it's a family business and you say, please don't break up the business or the family name. No, I'll respect that, and I'm going to buy your business and I'm going to keep your family name afloat. I'm buying your family name. Soon as the guy turns around, walks out, break up the business, sell it to the highest, take the name, trash it. Let's go. Oh, you said you weren't going to do this. Fuck out of here. You believe me? Businessmen don't think like that. They're businessmen. They don't measure an emotion, feeling, or whose family they destroyed or what. They breathe and by profit. That's what pumps their blood at night. The sound of profit. They don't think like you and me. They're not morally in this for the good of just for that. They'd be out there passing out turkeys in every American fucking corner of the world. You don't think they're doing that, right? No.
Hey, we fight. Sufa did not give us Bud versus Crawford. That was ring. There's a difference between ring and Sufa. McGregor versus Mayweather. That was that a ring card or was that a PBC card? I forgot.
Actually, it's actually just a name barrier there. Like Sufa and Ring are actually the same entity, right? Because okay, Turkey Al Rashid doesn't own Sufa outright. No, Sufa was a brand before Turkey type shit, right? And Turkey owns 60% of Zufa. So when you're the majority shareholder, you own it. So he owns the Ring magazine outright, Turkey. Then he has stock in the Zone, and he also has stock in Matchroom. So he owns percentages. He can debate because he's a stockholder. He has a voice on the panel. He can sway the committee to go a certain way. Then he went and got all the top promoters to all sign with the zone. And Turkey Al Sheikh also owns a lot of stock in where? The zone.
Hey, we fight. I think you're getting Sufa confused with TKO because TKO is the parent company.
The parent company to Sufa. Yeah.
Correct. Because he's saying Sufa was started 30 years ago.
Yeah. Well, Sufa was yes, what I said. Sufa was an entity that was long, but it's majority by shareholders. There are a bunch of people that invest in a bunch of shit. They'll invest in Formula 41 cars, tennis, hockey, golf. Sufa was everywhere. And not everywhere they went, they were successful. They flopped and a lot of different other like golf. They just pulled out of golf, right? They stopped putting money into golf. They lost too much money there. So it's just a bunch of rich dudes putting their money into some sports and gaining revenue off of it. That's it. So when Sufa came over now and they're into boxing now, right? Um, it's just a whole bunch of rich motherfuckers. That's all that is. It's a bunch of like rich people that put their money together that is gonna profit off these events. And like I said, the only reason why you're looking at Zuffa boxing is it because of Dana White? No, it's because of Turkey. You became a Turkey fan because of the fights all that money, all that stuff that they said you didn't turn a profit. You know where his profit is? You. That's who he was after. You. Not the money. He has enough money. He needs you to back his product. And he was successful. He was successful. Read the chat.
Let me see what we got here. He's obsessed with Zayas. That's why he's salty that Boots is about to get sent back to Philly on his ass, says George. Canelo Crawford card is considered the first super card. Dana hosted all the press conferences, not Rick Reno. Callum Walsh and other super fighters were in the card. In the card, facts. I'm just almost says, come on, front. Hey, if I misspoke on something, I don't know much about Sufa, so I'm gonna make assumptions because apparently nobody seems in the boxing world seems to know much about Sufa as it is. Valley Rulo, are you Christian? We don't talk politics and we don't talk religion here.
We don't talk religion here. Religion or
Um,
politics. Just keep
we
it
fight.
boxing.
We fight all night. Tell him to wake up. So he's talking to I'm just someone. He won't. He won't vein back. The trash takes out itself. He won't run. I don't know. That's George. They say shit as fact. Says I'm just someone. Bay Abayard says y'all pull up the mortgage. Xander dropped on his IG yet? Y'all up? Y'all up? Y'all put up the montage. Oh, the montage. Xander dropped on IG yet? What did Xander drop on IG? When you got IG, I don't have IG.
What about it?
I don't know. Check Xander's IG. What's the latest thing he put up?
I'm looking it up now.
I'm just someone says. Turkey gave us the fight we all wanted to see. He paid the fighters enough money to cross promotions and take the risk. Without him, we would not have had all the great fights that we got. We fight all night. It says boxing community has, excuse me, the only fans who think everything they not used to is evil. Laugh my ass off. You don't see MMA community saying Jake Paul League is evil. Laugh my ass off. We got what that's about. We know what that's about. Um, Listen, all that UFC rah rah, I know absolutely zero about UFC. So whatever you say, I'm just gonna take your word on it because I don't know anything about it. I'll just ride along with it and leave it at that because I don't know nothing. When it comes to Sufa, the same shit. I know bits and pieces. Nobody has ever publicly came out and straightened out the facts. We're making speculations on everything that's being whatchamacallit. What you got for me there, Edwin?
I don't know. What are we supposed to be looking for? This is Xander's IG, Instagram, right? Or am I supposed to go to X to look for it? Because this is
No,
everything
he
that
said
he.
IG. IG.
All right.
So go to the what's that? That first video is the promotional. The
Yeah, it's
second
just
one is the one at the Super Bowl.
right.
The third one is his training video. Oh no, the third one, I don't know what that bro. He looks solid there, bro.
Look at him. Look at he's gonna bring the pain to Boots. He's gonna bring the pain. Look at you see how that bag folds? That's a big bag.
Bro,
Damn man, I wish this shit wouldn't buffer like this so much. Look at that. Look at in slow motion for you. Look at that. He about to beat the shit out of fucking Draw Boots. Look at that combination. No, don't show too much. Don't show too much. It'll scare him off. It'll scare him off. Then all of a sudden, he ain't going to want to fight.
what's that one right there? Where he's standing with the Puerto Rican chair? Is that the Super? Oh, that's he flexing right there.
No, he's just straight up flexing right there.
He flexing right there.
That's a champion right there. That looks like a real champion. Look at that flag back there, shining in all its glory.
Yo, he fought. He fought for both of them belts.
Look at my man. Listen,
Up
right
top,
here.
up top.
Look at this. Wait, hold on. I want to see this. Oh man, listen. He's ready. He's ready. They talk about he ain't ready. Look. Happiest day of his life. Look.
Oh, but you gotta put it up. Put it up.
Sign, seal, and deliver. We gotta fight.
Look at this.
Que
Huh?
respeten, cabrones.
Huh? What? Who's scared here? You know what I'm saying? My man is ready. There goes Jordan Boots in his face. Right there. You want to try to take my belt? You ain't taking shit.
Yo, he said he has a reel with him training. He been doing fire.
Damn that combination. You killing him, bro. You killing him right now.
Yo, go to his newest shit.
Which one?
Yo, he look big as fuck, and I'm
Yeah.
not. That's no homo shit. I don't say pause because that's for
Gracias a
faggots.
todo el que creyó en mí.
That's what's up right there.
Primer
Shorts is
día,
gonna be
de antes que saliera con una compa.
them shorts is gonna be worth a lot. Look at him. This is when he was with
Damn.
Damn, you heard him say damn.
Oh, hell no. All right, come on now. Like, really?
He said
You should have just let me go first.
he said
Have to show you the combination, man.
Yeah, but
So
that
remember, jab is your 1, 2 is your right hand, hook is the hook with the 3.
okay.
1,
So 1, 2, 3.
there you go. Keep that hand up.
come on, man. I wish it would just play.
There you go. There you
He's not showing. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Damn, I got speed, got no hands. No hands. So, yo, where else? Well, let's see
He
here.
said that's the one that he showed. That's the one he was talking about. The one with speed. I
With speed? That's the one?
Man, listen. I listen. At the end of the day, we're gonna sit here and pop our shit. Obviously, we going for team. We're Team Zayas over here.
Hold on.
But all credit.
Front line. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. Hold up. Hey, wait 1 second. Hold on. Here, front line. Here you go.
Like my story? No, not your story, a story. Since you can't keep your mouth shut long enough for me to read my paper, tell me a story. I don't think I know any stories. You don't know any stories? No. All right, I'll tell you a story. This is a newspaper, right? It's 90% bullshit, but it's entertaining. That's why I read it, because it entertains me. You won't let me read it. So you entertain me with your bullshit. Tell me a story right now. Go.
Hey yo, entertainers. Entertainers with your bullshit, right? Because I'm trying to tell you a story, but you won't let me.
Listen, yo, we team Zayas over here. We're not taking nothing away from Boots. It's just Boots knocked on the wrong door.
Yo, listen, no.
And you know, he was trying to play ding ding ditch
He got caught.
and he got caught.
He got
That's
caught.
it.
That's it.
Now
Now
he
you got
gotta
to answer to it.
he gotta deal with what's coming to him. That's it.
That's
How
it,
is
bro.
hey, we fight. How is the fight not close? How is the he says, but the fight isn't close, bro.
It isn't close, and on what side? What do you mean it's not close? How is it not
Well,
close?
no, we fight got Boots winning.
Okay,
Respectfully. I mean, it is. I
yeah,
mean, it is what it is.
it is what it is. You can think what you want. We think what we want. That's it. I don't think neither of us right or wrong, right? We about to find out in June, though. That's when we gonna find out. That's if your man pulls up to the fight, because I'm not too sure. I think he's seen Xander hitting his bag. Geronimo Boots Ennis might get cold feet. You know, Chancletas might skedaddle. You know, so we
We
don't want to get
fight.
him scared.
I got Xander winning by decision.
I got him winning by KO in the first round.
Yeah,
30 seconds.
you don't even peep that. Yo, but we fight. I got him winning by decision. Okay, I'm glad you asked that. We fight. What's the game plan? The game plan. See, this is we said this. If you go back to a previous live, we said it. This fight is gonna boil down to the corners. Now, hear me out. We fight. Hear me out. Who did Cambosos have in his corner in Australia when he fought Tio? He had Centeno, which is Xander's trainer. After that fight, what did Cambosos do when he fired that trainer? He's been on a losing streak. Okay,
Loss.
now fast forward and let's move over to Boots side. How many fights have you seen Boots argue with his dad in the corner over instructions or whatever? How many times have you seen Boots get instructions by Boozy and do the total opposite in the fight, regardless of the outcome? I don't care about the outcome. We're just talking about discipline right now. Now, Xander Zayas, it's a disciplined fighter. Xander Zayas is a skillful fighter. Xander Zayas listens to his corner. That being said, you don't think Centeno has plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, all the way to Z for him? Of course he does. Now, all y'all Boots fans, y'all keep glazing the athleticism that he has, and that's what got y'all fucked up. Because when he fought Karen and Karen nullified all that athleticism and shit that he got, he didn't look too good, did he? Now, when Xander nullifies it, let's see. Now, y'all think that Xander's going to be stupid enough to stand there and go toe to toe? That's what Boots wants. Boots wants him to go toe to toe. Xander's not an idiot. Xander's gonna go do his job. He's not gonna let Boot. But what's the game plan? What game plan do you want? You want Boot's game plan or you want Xander's game plan? If I tell you, then what's the point of 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 having a game plan? If I'm gonna give you the game plan, let's just say Boots personally, or somebody in Boots team. You're gonna go clip the game plan. You're gonna send it to him. He said, "Oh, your game plan that desires." You know what I'm saying? Nah, the game, it's gonna boil down to the corners and which boxer executes their corners game plan, whatever the game plan may be. I got Xander winning by a majority decision. I had it split decision at first, and I said majority now, and it may switch to UD come fight night. And trust me, for Xander to take that fight as fast as he did, there's something in Team Zayas or Bob Arum's team, the matchmaking team, that they saw something that they know Boots can Xander can beat Boots. So we'll see. You're on mute, Edwin.
Yeah, I know. I was. My wife was talking to me for a second there. I wanted We Fight All Night TV to come up. I wanted instead of this text and shit to be able to like. I want to see where his mindset is, and some of the things that he's been saying. So I'm gonna go up real quick, and I'm just gonna touch on a couple of these things real quick here. Right? He said, "Damn, where is it, bro? Lost the fight to." No, what is the judge? People, no. Wait a minute. Where the hell is his message that I was seeing?
I don't know, but he said if you think someone is going to win, you should have a good idea on how it gets done. What styles, what will he be able to impose or nullify? No one has been able to say this. Okay, I just gave you one of them. All that flashiness with Jerron Boots Ennis, hands down, taunting with his face out, like go ahead and hit me. Number one, Xander's not gonna fall for that. And I guarantee you in this fight, I guarantee you, Boots will have high guard. One thing that Xander has is an exceptional jab. Combinations, footwork. This is not gonna be an easy run. Now, Edwin and I both said it on a
Stop.
previous live.
Stop. Stop.
Right.
How does Xander win this fight against Jerron Boots Ennis? I think that he's gonna make it look a bit simple. If I'm being honest, the way he's gonna make it, he's gonna win against his Jerron Boots Ennis is Jerron Boots Ennis is never gonna get to start. He's never gonna get the opportunity to turn into Jerron Boots Ennis. Kind of like Alberto Puello did to what Subriel Matias did to Alberto Puello. Alberto Puello is a much more skilled boxer, and we knew that it was going to take a skilled boxer to try to beat Subriel, but he never turned into Alberto Puello because of the fact that he couldn't set in his own ways. The fighter in front of him was doing things no fighter did to Alberto Puello. They let Alberto Puello box. When Gary Antoine Russell fought him, Gary Antoine Russell Jr. made no adjustments. Alberto Puello was setting him up, countering him beautifully, fighting off the back foot. He let Alberto Puello bring out the best of his attributes. That's exactly what I'm saying in the Jerron Boots Ennis fight. Jerron Boots Ennis ain't going to turn into Jerron Boots Ennis in this fight. I know it. I know it for a fact. Xander's going to come forward. He's going to push. He's going to work off his jab. Xander is going to change levels, everything. He's going to freeze Jerron Boots Ennis in front of him. Mark my word. When Jerron Boots Ennis gets hit, the problem with Jerron Boots Ennis, he wants to get it back. He's not scared to go in front of the guy. That's going to be his downfall. That's when he's going to start to fall apart. Jerron Boots Ennis is going to soon find out that Xander is much bigger and punches a bit more harder than what he expected. He's going to get his fair shares of punches in. He's going to hit Xander with some good shots. Yes, he is. Xander's going to roll with that shit. Xander's going to roll with the shots. He's going to do everything boxing fundamentally sound. This is going to be a case where the fundamental boxer shines. And why they say to do the little things over and over and over again, you don't have to be flashy. You don't have to be so athletic. You just got to get to the point. Fighters like Salvador Sanchez taught us that. The one thing that Salvador Sanchez does to this day that many boxers can't replicate, what made Salvador Sanchez so good was Salvador Sanchez knew how to touch you with power. Meaning, if you try to be fast, by time you do this to generate your power, to snap your hand out fast, Salvador Sanchez has already hit you. He's doing it the most simple way. Touch. That's the fastest punch in the world. It looks simple, basic, and you just go like that and you can touch a fighter. Why do you think in some of the fights that you ever see, the fighters are throwing mad hard punches, they're slipping them, but whenever he's fading away, he just goes like that. He touches his glove against the guy's forehead. He touched him. But when he wants to be fast, he can't. Salvador Sanchez knew that about boxing. That's why he was so successful. And there's no fighter that can pull that off. They don't understand it. You see, those are things about boxing that I read about different fighters. I truly believe in this fight, Xander's technical boxing ability is going to rise to the occasion of foolery. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to Jaron Boots Ennis, meaning case in point. Remember when Prince Nashim there? He was always bouncing around, going like that. What did homeboy, that Mexican dude, do to him? He embarrassed him. How? What was so threatening or so efficient to the Mexican style? It was just basic, fundamental boxing. This guy was jumping around, bouncing. He's pop, boom, pop, boom, boom. And the Prince Nassim dude, he didn't understand it. I fought way more skilled fighters than this dude. And bro, basic shit. Boom, boom, boom. And every time he tried to do something dirty, he smacked him up upside the head. He taught him a valuable boxing lesson. You didn't have to do all that extra shit, all that switch feeding, going in, jumping around, being crazy. Bro, he literally stood there like this and went. It's the same feeling I got with the Xander fight. All that Jaron Boots Ennis and fucking feathers coming out of your pants and you doing all that extra, and Xander's just gonna be like Michael Myers. He's gonna be walking in slow, hitting hard, and effective. And eventually, I think he's gonna break Jaron Boots Ennis down. He might have the potential to actually stop Jaron Boots Ennis. I know you guys think I'm crazy, but boy, I'm going to tell you, we are about to find out. We're going to see whose boxing IQ is better. We're going to see. I'm telling you, this fight is going to be a lot different than what a lot of people think. Now, if Jaron Boots Ennis goes in there and really wipes down Xander, there's the flip side to this coin. If he goes in there and he wipes him down, at that moment, I would know that Jaron Boots Ennis went to another level. Now, I'll take him more serious when we talk about him in same sentence with Terrence Crawford. Maybe I will take him a bit more serious in those kind of conversations. Because I'm telling you right now, you guys, if he's successful and he beats Xander, keep popping that Terrence Crawford shit. Keep popping that Terrence Crawford shit. You know what they always say about a black American slick fighter, right? What beats a black American slick fighter? What style beats a black American slick fighter? What does? Put it in the chat. I'll give you the answer right now anyway. Another black American slick style fighter. That's what beats him. When you're doing at the highest level, usually what beats it's another black American slick style. That's what they go get in history. That's when they're doing it at the best. So you keep popping that shit. Go ahead. Get this win over Xander. You'll be on the top of the world. And if you want to become the next LeBron James, Jaron Boots Ennis, go ahead and say you're better than the GOAT. Go ahead. Watch fucking Terrence Crawford spin the block and come back to boxing just for you. And
We
on
fight.
that
There's gonna
night,
be zero excuses on this channel.
and then
We already said it.
on that day, or on that night, I would love to see Jaron Boots Ennis back that up against the champ, Terrence Crawford. That is the real number one. That is the real best in our era. Is that man Terrence Crawford? That he's the real deal. This Jaron Boots Ennis, not so much proven. He's needs some work. I'm not saying he can't get there, but he needs a little bit of work, right? To get into that conversation, at least earn it. You know what I'm saying? At least earn it. So keep messing around, bro. Y'all gonna fucking make Terrence Crawford come out of retirement. I think actually for the best of the boxing world would, man, that he did come back, but it would be on the loss of Xander. So no, I won't take it.
Hey, We
So,
Fight says for Zayas to win, we will have to see something we've never seen before. For Boots to win, he just has to be Boots. It's that simple. Okay. Okay. I mean, listen, when he fought Karen, regardless if he went 24 rounds and he beat him 24 rounds or 22 rounds or 20 rounds, whatever the case is, at the end of the day, it just goes to show you that his style could be tamed. And that's what Xander's going to do. Not true. Boots has to show something new. He fought one guy with legs that wasn't a punching bag and got beat in several rounds. And it counted four. Not cutting the ring and coming straight into shots. Nah, unbiased eyes knows Boots. Where I lost it. Boots lost 4 rounds in fight number 2. Clearly, judges can give it to him, but lost them, and close rounds can still have a winner. I don't know. George, I agree. Boots with 36 fights isn't proven. Tells a lot. I'm not gonna say he's not proven. He's fought good comp. I mean, Caribe Boxing earlier said I didn't know that stat, but when he fought Staniones only fought once in 3 years when he got in the ring with Boots. So in reality, I was gonna say I think that was his toughest fight, but if that
Boots
is
is
a fact,
Boots is crazy, man. Boots had a lot of balls for talking shit to fucking Terrence Crawford when he moved up to 154 and vacated the belt. And he said that Terrence Crawford was scared to fight him not
he
once
said he
but
ducked him.
twice.
He said he
He,
ducked him.
he said he ducked him and shit. And it was just that Terrence Crawford was in a different trajectory in his career. He needed to fight bigger fights. And here comes Jaron Boots Ennis tugging on Superman's cape, asking for a free ride to the top. He wanted to be in the ring with a win or lose with Terrence Crawford would do something for your career. And at the time, Jaron Boots Ennis didn't have no big fights, and he was trying to get out of his promoting company with his promoter. His first one died. So he was in a lot of shit, Jaron Boots Ennis, right? But for him to come out and say he would beat up Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford showed him mercy. A lot of people don't understand this. Terrence Crawford chose to ignore Jaron Boots Ennis because he just didn't want to do black on black crime. He was sick of it, Terrence Crawford. He wanted to do it the most prestigious way that black American fighters could do it, the most honorable way anyone could do it. First, don't fight your countrymen coming up. You guys beat everybody else. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr., they wiped out all the 140s. There was no one left but them two. Now you fight. That's when you fight your brother. And Terrence Crawford is a fan of Errol Spence Jr., and he's not embarrassed to say it. He's a fan of a lot of black fighters because he wants to show them support, to keep boxing and pass on tradition in boxing, secrets, things like that, to keep us the best. But there's a lot of other people that don't see it that way. You understand? I think that Terrence Crawford chose to ignore Jaron Boots Ennis because he saw a young ego. He saw himself in Jaron Boots Ennis once upon a time, Terrence. And he kept it pushing. Young man, you really don't want this. I'm going to go this way. You know, go ahead and pout and everything over here. But I guarantee it. I know it never happened. And I really don't have anything to say this. But with confidence, I say at the time that Jaron Boots Ennis was enticing Terrence, any point of those two times, if Terrence would have turned around, Jaron Boots Ennis would have a loss on his record today. He would have a loss on his record today. Jaron Boots Ennis was not ready for Terrence Crawford back then. He's barely ready for him now. You're going to convince me 2-3 years prior to that, he was ready for a prime version of Terrence Crawford, the guy that devised the game plan to beat Saul and to look good while beating him. When Jamel Charlo tried to do that, a much bigger fighter than Terrence Crawford, he looked like he had 2 feet in quicksand. Now, all athletes are the same. Terrence is a different kind of athlete. He's a different kind of fighter. He can adapt to you. Jaron Boots Ennis can't do that. If he could, he would have adapted to Karen. He would have adapted to all the other fights he fought in. Jaron Boots Ennis is just himself when he's in the ring. He's making adjustments, but he's not adapting to them. There's a difference. He's just fighting the same style he fights, Jaron Boots Ennis way. That's how he fights. But he does make adjustments. He is powerful. He has speed, good twitch-like muscle movements, and he has a good boxing mind, Jaron Boots Ennis. This is the style he created with his father. But that's the style you're going to get. You understand? Terrence is a different creature all entirely. Terrence can adapt to you. Terrence can fight like you. Terrence can switch lefty to righty. You won't even notice. You won't even notice. 2 rounds will go by and you'll be like, oh shit, he switched to lefty. He looks so natural. Terrence, and then besides all his qualities, Terrence Crawford's qualities, it's his ring IQ. He knows what the fight, he puts fighters in position. He creates situations that are favorable on his side, Terrence Crawford. He understands so much about boxing. He literally was making Saul do what he wanted. That wasn't easy. When Saul thinks the same way, they're 2 elite type fight thinkers. In order for Terrence to outsmart Saul, that's saying a lot. You're not doing that, Jaime Munguia, Edgar Berlanga, Caleb Plant, and the list goes on. You are not outsmarting Saul Canelo Alvarez. What beat Canelo in the Bivol fight was his activity, and he punched hard. Saul was sluggish. You could see he wasn't moving like himself, and he could see the punches coming. Saul just couldn't respond, kind of like the Charlo twin. He could see what's out, but he just couldn't get his body to work because in that weight, everybody's not the same.
Hey, George got a point here. Zayas was the one that announced the Boots fight first. When he did
Yes.
that little promo with the Timbs on, punching the bag and giving a shout out to his favorite prospect, which
Yeah.
is Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah.
Because Boots wasn't talking crazy.
Boots was looking for a fight. Ed Hearn, the fight kind of got a phone call. Yo, you want this fight? Ed Hearn said in the post, he said he couldn't believe it. Ed Hearn said that in the press
Yeah, in the press
conference.
conference. Yep.
He said he couldn't believe. He said, "Yo, I'm Top Rank. I'm not taking any shots at you, but you guys have been known to manage your fighters. Whenever I got the call that you called me, I didn't call you. You called me and offered me the Xander fight.
Yep. He was shocked.
That he was like, is this a joke? Are you guys are gonna feed Bruce Ennis Xander with those 2 belts?" They say, "Yeah." He said, "You got a fucking deal. You got a motherfucking deal."
Bull Rider said when the fight was announced, round 1 was doubting Xander. Now Xander is the best. Facts.
What you mean I was doubting him? Don't take my concern for doubt. I'm concerned. Listen, between me and you guys, okay, check this out. When we found out that Xander got they put the Boots fight together, all of us in the Puerto Rican community, I'm going to tell you what we said. Top Rank sold them out. They had to feed him Xander to Boots to get that DAZN deal. These motherfuckers sold out our gallito for they can get in with the rest. That's what we felt. Then when we got to the press conference where Xander and Boots admitted, Xander said he wanted this fight. And it had nothing to do with Top Rank. I'm going to tell you what we said after that, the Puerto Ricans like me. Xander, what the fuck are you doing? If you didn't have to fight Jaron Boots Ennis, why did you sign up to fight that man? That fucking Jaron Boots Ennis is no joke. So we were left scratching our head over here, right? That's us. What you think? We didn't talk about this together? We didn't say, yo, Xander's fucking crazy? But we're here. And the more that I heard Xander talk, the more I started feeling confident in the fact that this young man wants this fight, that this young man put this fight together, that this young man is not running from the smoke. When they say they want to test their abilities against the best fighters in the world, isn't that exactly what he's doing and saying? He went and said, Jaron Boots Ennis, I don't want to haggle you. I can ask for 60-40 right now. I'm well in my right. 60-40 is fair right now. But you know what I'm going to do for you? So that you sign on the dotted line? 50-50. Right down the middle. You can't say that I outpriced myself or that you did. I'm offering you a 50-50 split and 2 belts. What do you got to say to that, Jaron Boots Ennis? Jaron Boots Ennis couldn't believe it. How much of a class act did Xander have to be? How much louder than words did he have to tell the world, I'm not afraid of this dude? I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. You're talking about everybody calling him the boogeyman? How disrespectful that you guys consider that guy better than me and I have 2 of the belts. He has none. But yet somehow he's better than me because he's flashy? I'm going to teach you and everybody else in this boxing world. I'm going to make you all a believer, Xander said. I'm going to show you that all this flashy shit that you guys consider to me disrespecting the champ, the real champ, I ain't going another step forward until I'm called the next day after this fight in June. The very next day, you need to call Xander the best 154-pounder in the world. And check this out. It's not like he's going for his 3rd belt. This is just a title defense for Xander. He's not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis for a belt. Jaron Boots Ennis has no belts. Meaning Xander could be fighting Sebastian Fundora, Josh Kelly, right? To get the 3rd belt, which I think would be a bigger fight. But somehow, this is the bigger fight. You see what hype media can do for you? Star status? All of a sudden, it's not what you do, how you prove yourself. What they're trying to say to you is that getting 2 belts is nothing. It's nothing. Because Jaron Boots Ennis is the better fighter. Really? That's how that works? That's how that works. So Xander's upset. And Xander doesn't want to hear Jaron Boots Ennis' name anymore. That he's the best, that he's this, that he's the phenom. You know what Xander said? Well, get your phenom ass in the ring. Show me. Show me. Because you didn't offer me a 50-50 split, and you didn't offer me 2 belts. But that's what I'm offering you. To shut you up. You and everybody else that thinks that he can beat Xander, we about to find out. And since Xander started talking like that, I said to myself, shit, I can't hate the young man for that. That's exactly what we asking our fighters to do. Now, isn't it? And I'm just glad he's Puerto Rican. I'm just glad he's Puerto Rican, baby. And he gonna, listen, he gonna shock all of y'all. Y'all are all done. Y'all are all done, bro. It's just a matter of time. It's gonna be a lot of slow singing, flower bringing.
When that bell start ringing. Hey, listen, I gotta agree with you. I think that Zayas, with a simple, fundamental game plan, I think he's gonna pull this out the woodwork and get Boots the hell up out of there. Boots getting cooked. Says George. Xander should have went after Fundura or keep pushing for the Josh Kelly fight. He tried, Jason, he tried to excuse me, he tried to go with Fundura. Fundura's not interested in unifying, which is weird. And then Kelly had just fought Brockram the same exact day as Zayas, which he fought in the morning time, our time, or earlier in the day, and Zayas fought that night. I think that would have been the perfect fight. But you got over here Boots that, calls out everybody and fights nobody. That's why he stutters when he talks, because he's shocked that Xander took the fight. You know what I'm saying? He didn't expect Xander. He even said it at the press conference. He even said it. He's like, I didn't expect Xander to take the fight. I think he thought he was dealing with Virgil Ortiz, and he got a rude awakening. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is Boots is gonna find out. Everybody keeps saying that there's levels to this, there's levels to this, there's levels to this. You're gonna see come June 27th, you're gonna see levels when Xander lo baja de nivel. He drops him down a couple notches and tames him.
All right, let's check this out. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna put up some video right here. I gotta see what the fuck is going on. Okay, here we go. My man over here is talking about this clear speed factor here, whatever he's saying. All right. So let's see what he's talking about.
Which one?
Because sometimes we haven't seen these athletes in a little while. So I don't know. We're just gonna throw up something, anything. So this is the phenomenal boxer. This is the speed. We're okay. I'm a bit confused. So Xander can't do what this guy in the red is doing. He's not faster than the guy in the red.
That's the Roman Villa fight.
I know who it is.
No, for the people that don't know in the fight.
Absolutely, yeah. he beat Ellis, right?
Rashidi Ellis, yes.
Rashidi Ellis to get this fight.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just saying, I'm just clicking anything here. What the hell is Jerome Boots getting punched in the face for? What video is this? You doing that to a guy going backwards, not engaging, not throwing punches?
Well, you gotta understand, this is the same guy that didn't fight 3 years prior to that. To that fight.
Okay, I'm still not. Oh, look at this guy. Look who's there. Hey, ain't that us doing the video in real time? Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, let's. Echo sound in the gym is no joke, man. Just an empty gym. Look. This is what happens when you talk shit to the champ. One day, you're gonna be out and about, and this is gonna happen.
That shit wasn't gonna watch it.
That's what's gonna happen. Where's all that energy? Jerome Boots Ennis, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna do blah. Look, the champ is walking by. He put his hands to the side like, I don't want none. Yeah, you know. Yeah. And Terrence Crawford, man. I don't know. I'm probably gonna get right for other shit, but
honestly, I like the hype behind this fight.
oh, I love it.
Boots for Zayas.
I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
What I don't like is the narratives that people are fucking putting out there.
No, that Xander's not ready. He's too young, and that
there's levels.
There's levels to this. I'm like, well, what fucking level is Jerome Boots? How do you guys view this dude?
Boots is gonna knock him out. He's not gonna go past
Terrence
6 rounds.
Crawford, bro. And for the record, Boots is not Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford is not Mayweather. That's how that goes.
Well, here, Abayalde. You ready?
That's how that goes.
You ready for this? Teal had a clear speed advantage over Cambosis. Timing beats speed, and so does technique or game plan. Boots 35-0 with no elite ops for a reason, and it ain't good.
Who said that?
El Abayalde.
Good point, my man. Everything you said, spot on, Bill. Because I'm listen. I have been like more like aware of what these two guys have done because of this fight, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of like being a prisoner in the moment, a fan, like watching Jerome Boots Ennis perform and being like, because I cheer for him. I cheer for Jerome Boots Ennis, you know what I'm saying? He was my guy and shit. And I told you where we got to a crossroads where now it's that one particular fight. You know, you could just be a spectator and not pick anybody and say, may the best man win, but fuck that. You know, no. I need Xander to continue. I need 3 belts. I need to see that. He's the only one that I got my stock in. He's at the 154, and if any division, I want it in the big boy division. So I was left at a crossroads. You know, what do you want to see more? I've seen the Americans win so many times. They've had 4 belts. They've had 3 belt champions. We've never had that. We got a champion, and it's all 17 weight divisions, yes, but not 3 belts. Standing in the way of that, now they went and got Jerome Boots Ennis to stop us, to take that all away from us. Everything Xander, and they're gambling it on this fight. In order to get 3 belts, if you're asking me, the only way you can get 3 belts is run over Jerron Boots Ennis, then run that motherfucker over. Run him the fuck over now. That's it. Because you put us in a situation where, I don't know why you watch boxing for, but why I'm watching it, I'm telling you. I watch it for legacy too. And I cheer Puerto Rico on when they fight. So
Jason ain't
nah,
shit.
I don't want this ride to stop. Nah, I
Jason
don't want
says
it to stop.
Boots ain't Crawford. Shit, he's not even Devin Haney.
Damn.
Shots fired. Hey,
Damn.
Awayalde said pull up the highlights of Karen 2 versus Boots. He missed a lot of shots. He ain't Superman fast, bro.
Listen, I keep saying this. I don't know where you guys are starting to say that Jerron Busenis, we should be so worried for Xander and that he's gonna fucking beat the shit out of, bro. Where is this elite fighter in Jerron Busenis you guys are talking about? He's not like that. He's great.
Good.
He's good. He's flashy. He can make good reads and stuff. He's a dangerous fighter. But he's not to the level where that I'm like really worried for Xander. Like I'm sitting here saying, damn, Xander don't got a fucking chance. I'm like, no. As a matter of fact, if we're talking about this guy, we're not talking about Terrence Crawford, right? It's not like I'm sending Xander in to fight Terrence Crawford. We got a real bad problem right there, right? That I move. Xander, try to get out of that, right? But you're not sending him in there with Terrence. You're sending him in there with Jerron Butenis. I like my chances.
We Fight says these are the fights everyone should live for.
That's what I feel. I'm like, I say, did you say Jerron Butenis? Damn, that's a tough fight. But as long as you didn't say Terrence Crawford, we got a chance. We got a fucking chance. We got a chance on losing. Like I said, it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 fight. We can lose this fight.
Listen, in order for
we got better odds.
Listen, in order for Boots to hurt Zayas, to be honest, Boots has to sit on his punches. And one thing Xander's not gonna let him do is sit on his punches.
Huh?
Oh, peace out. We fight. He got a channel too it's called We Fight All Night. He does a lot of UFC shit. And he's got another channel that says We Game All Night. He does that virtual reality gaming stuff.
I haven't been on my UFC game in a long time. I gotta go tighten it up, to check out, because in the last few years I've just been dedicated all to boxing. I don't cheat on boxing.
The UFC parlays on Smash. If y'all some betting people, check him out. He does his predictions with the parlays and shit. He pretty spot on. So y'all want to make some money on UFC, go check out We Fight.
Yep. And if you're into betting and everything, because he knows a lot about the betting odds and stuff. I know nothing about gambling. Absolutely nothing. That all I know is I ask you $20 on this guy, and if he wins, do I win? That's it. I don't want to hear decision, knockout, straight bet. That's kind of that's my boxing or my gambling etiquette right there. That's all I know about gambling.
Look
That's
at Bull Rider. Look at Bull Rider. Show the highlights when Boots is running and clinching. I'll wait.
Yo,
Bull Rider, this is boxing. It's part of the sport.
Yeah.
If a fighter is in trouble, they're either gonna get on their bike and recover, or they're gonna clinch to recover. It's boxing.
Yeah, it's boxing.
So you gotta know when something.
Yeah, you gotta know. Yeah, you gotta know how to use boxing. And the fight with Xander against Abbas Baru and Chino Perez too. Xander really showed his all-around boxing ability. He boxed when he needed to. He fought when he needed to. He grabbed and clinched up when he needed to. he utilized all aspects of boxing. It was a very, very smart performance by the young man that was only 21, 22. For a kid to understand that, to not let the moment get too big. Remember, you're in your first world title. So your coach is saying, look, if you're winning, everybody's nervous while the rounds are going on. Anything can happen. A punch can come out of nowhere. Then all of a sudden your fighter drops to the floor. So Xander, to keep his composure, and the pressure of the guy, because one of the things that comes with clinching is allowing the other fighter to unravel, right? He says to himself, I got to start doing something. I got to come forward. He wants to start flowing. Then all of a sudden he throws one punch and you grab him and he's like, man, you grabbed me. Now you're in his head. Now he tries to open. He can't. All of a sudden he's getting frustrated. Now he's like, fuck that. I'm not going to open up. I'm just going to throw a bomb. Now you slip the bomb. Boom, boom, make him pay. In order to utilize that system and work it effectively, Xander worked that to perfection. When he needed to box, he boxed. When he tried to get in rhythm and slip up, come here. And it fucks with you because you're getting off on him and he's not getting off on you. Pause. You know what I'm saying? The shots. So when Xander did that, that clinch was more effective than just clinching if you have a boxing IQ. While you're doing it, he needs momentum. He needs to feel himself throwing punches. He needs to get that engine going. Not today. Not today. Same thing Liam Paro did to Subriel Matias in Puerto Rico. He grabbed the shit out that Puerto Rican dude. And Subriel couldn't open up. Subriel couldn't flow. By the time Subriel was flowing, it was the last 10 seconds of every round. And he couldn't unload on the Amparo. And Xander did that only for like the last 2 or 3 rounds.
And he let go immediately too. It's not like he held.
It's not like he held them and was just like, oh, referee, break us up. No, listen. No, that's what I'm explaining. The way he utilized it was much more of a technique rather than to try to take a break. Like he's holding on for dear life. I gotta breathe. Or holding on for dear life because he's punching the shit out of me.
No, he's disrupting his opponent's
He's
game
disrupting it. He used it as a tool.
Yep.
You got to understand this about boxing, bro. It's a different fight. Look, I'm glad you guys are here at Round One Sports Talk because I don't mind breaking it down.
Hey, Puck says, I said Chacon was going to be a tough fight for John Santana. And I know Boots Zayas will be a 12-round grudge match down to the motherfucking wire. Get your popcorn ready. Facts. George says, I want to see Chino again. He's good and has a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Nobody really mentions how durable Zayas is. Bro got a brick chin. He's been cracked clean at 154 and shown the ability to adjust. Issue for Boots is too comfy for too long. No proven durability yet, says Awayalde. And then it wasn't like Puello clinching, not to get knocked out, says George.
Right. It was a different type of work. When Xander was doing it, Xander was, like I explained it all. Xander was using it more effective. Liam Paro sometimes he was holding on for dear life, like in that 7th round.
Botto waited till the ref separated him.
Yeah, he was holding on for dear life.
Flinch, pushed away, and teed off.
Right.
It was to disrupt his opponent's game plan.
His whole rhythm, he wouldn't let them.
Everything. Yep.
Nah, they needed to get the engine going. They needed like Chino. He needed to And he was getting him frustrated every time he did it. And then one of the things that Xander would do when they clinched, he would spin him. So when they separated him, Xander was bringing him to a different angle quick and coming right at him. He had Chino all kinds of frustrated, bro. He had Chino all kinds of Chino did not look like himself. And like in Conwell, when Conwell sat out there and allowed Chino to become himself, look what happened. He didn't stop his attack. He didn't do anything to disrupt the man. You're gonna let the man fight at his best? That if Sabriel Matias would have did that with Liam Paro, Alberto Puello would have beat Sabriel Matias. But Sabriel Matias was right in front of him. And he was punching him so much that it didn't let Alberto Puello think. He had to react. And a fighter that's reacting is just reacting, and he's going to fight the way he trains. And he can't flow. And he shut him down. And then Sabriel started gassing out like in the 9th. And then you saw Alberto Puello start to show up. Why do you think that? Because the pressure was different. And it allowed him to breathe. And it allowed Alberto Puello to be the boxer he is. And he started to putting some rounds together at the end of the fight when Sabriel started slowing down, because it took 8 rounds of that kind of pressure to build that kind of lead. You understand? If you give the fighter the right space, or the fighter finds his distance, he's going to tee off on you. And you take that away from him. You take the ability for him, and he's not boxing you. He's reacting to you. And it's a different fight. And you'll see that. And I think that Xander, for such a young fighter, to utilize all these things in a fight, you know how some fighters, right? They get hit and they get knocked down. They've never been down in their career. And they're early in their career, like 8 fights or something. He goes down for the first time in his career. What does a young fighter do? He goes at him, starts punching. Rather than clinching and trying to clear the cobwebs, you hear your coach telling you, grab him. Don't let him hit you. Clinch. Don't punch with him. And the young fighter, his ego driven, he wants it back. He doesn't understand he's really hurt. You know what I mean? And he gets knocked out. You were supposed to grab that dude. Stop him. Stop the ringing from going off in your head. And a young fighter, undisciplined fighter, will go and try to punch with the guy that just knocked him down. He'll end up getting knocked out. So clinching, although it's not, it's tolerated. All ball punches, getting punched in the cup is tolerated. But it happens. Fouls happen. And these are things of boxing. You're not supposed to frame off and point your elbow out. But it happens. Fouls happen in boxing. Zuldo Ramirez and David the Monster Benavidez. David was framing. He was pushing with his elbow, but also blocking with his elbow. Meaning, if Zuldo would have threw a punch, David was in the position where he was going to block it like that. His punch was going to hit his elbow. Probably would have broke his hand. And to frame off. But in the midst of framing, he's winding up this hand, and this hand is going like that. Fouls are going to occur. I don't think it was intentional. And I truthfully tell you, those elbows didn't win the fight for him. It was the punches he took to the face that won the fight. It was clear as day. When he punched Zuldo in that eye, as soon as he pushed the punch back and Zuldo dropped and put his hand, that eye closed instantly. That happened from the punch. You know what I'm saying? So fouls occur. This is boxing, but I gotta admit, guys, you know what I'm saying? I gotta shut this down. My shit is glitching right now. I don't know if you see it glitching over there, but my supper is done. I'm quite hungry and I'm sunburned. If you didn't come in early in the screen and the live stream, I'm going to show it one more time. You guys almost lost your boy round one in the Sahara Desert yesterday. Wasn't actually the Sahara Desert. It was like more like Massachusetts highway, being stranded on the highway and walking. But I got to go put some aloe vera lotion on this shit right here. Look at, goddamn. Look at, damn! Ow! Ow! Yo! Round one. I feel like a boiled lobster. Oh my God. I've been sitting here and my back's on fire. My arms are on fire too. Yo, my skin actually felt like it was on fire yesterday. That's how I knew I fucked up. I was like, damn, I'm out in the sun way too long. But it was too late. Once that tingling started, my body started feeling like it was hot. I felt it was too late. Frontline coming back up to make fun of me. Look, he done left the show. I was going to wrap it up. I showed him a sunburn. He came back. Frontline, wait, what do you got to say?
Oh, no. I had a phone call coming, but if you're going to get off, go ahead, do your thing. I'll holler at you later.
Yeah, I'm about to go off right now. I got to eat something. But thank you guys for tuning in here. Another edition here of Round One Sports Talk. If you guys like what you heard here, like the show, like the conversation, do me a favor. Hit that like button for me. It really does something for the videos. Subscribe to the channel. And like always, I'm on to the next one. After this one, here at Round One Sports Talk. Frontline, you guys have been the best. I need some aloe vera lotion in my life right now. I got to go get some. All right, fight fans. It's bad. Yo, peace, guys.